Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Philadelphia Eagles went into Green Bay last night for Monday Night Football. After Philly scored 10 unanswered points in the second half, Green Bay would get on the board with a Josh Jacobs TD late in the fourth. Green Bay's kicker Brandon McManus had a chance to tie the game with the 64-yard field goal, but missed as Philly escaped Green Bay with a 10-7 victory. The Columbus Blue Jackets continued their trip through Western Canada. Last night they were in Edmonton. The Blue Jackets were up 2 goals with just over 4 minutes left in the game, but couldn't hold on to the lead, eventually losing 5-4 in overtime. The Cleveland Cavaliers also lost in OT last night. Miami beat them 140-138. This update was sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Good morning, Columbus.
Joe, that ain't even good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wait, no. Stop this one.
Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth
Mr. T-Bone.
and a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis pal.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Did it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Hope your Tuesday is off to a good start. What's up? I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning, Tyvis.
Good morning, T-Bone. I'm fired up today.
Oh, you are too? I'm fired up, so it's good. There's 2 of us fired
I'm
up.
fired up. I can appreciate. I love sports. I really do.
Yeah.
Because when you watch some of the stuff that these athletes are able to do, it's amazing. And it gets me out of my seat. Like, it's some of the stuff that happened last night across all sports has just been phenomenal.
Yeah. Look, it was, there were a lot of plays like that. We can get into the plays that were great. We can get into the moments in sports that are awesome. If you stayed up last night and watched that Blue Jackets game, then I'm sure you feel just about the same as I do, which is not great, because that was ass. So we will talk about that. We will talk about the Cavs lost in stunning fashion last night. Monday Night Football, in my mind, was a dud, but maybe you enjoyed the defensive struggle that existed there in Green Bay and the freezing cold temperatures.
That's sad that you don't like a defensive game. It's crazy.
I like it when the offenses can do something. I'm not saying that the defense has to give up 50 points on either side, but that was not fun. I don't know. They looked like 2 offensive. I couldn't tell if it was great defensive line play or 2 offensive lines who just didn't show up. I'm not exactly sure. Also, Tyvis and I are dressed like we're in a cult today because we're both wearing all black with black hats on. Like, it literally looks like we put out a memo that we should wear the same thing.
What does Dylan got at home?
He's got a black. Oh yeah. Dylan, you just need a black hat and you would fit right in. Like, you have a black hoodie on. Just need the hat to go with it. That's all we're missing right now.
I never hide the hair.
I wouldn't blame you. If I had hair like that, I would definitely not. I would probably
only
never
on
wear
Halloween.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't ever seen you in a hat except for that day. Now that I think about it, you're exactly right. So last night, Jackets lose.
And it was on a breakaway, too. Wow.
Jackets were up 4-2 with 6.5 to go and gave up 2 goals in 6 minutes. You say, oh, well, that does happen, but that's not closing out a game. No. Bad enough that you give up 2 goals in the last 6 minutes when you're up 4-2. They had a multi 2-goal leads in this game and gave them away. But then you have a situation where in the final 2 minutes, you're on a power play to close out a game with a 1-goal lead and the power play taking up the majority of the time left on the clock. I think they got the power play at 2:18. You win that game in the NHL if you're a competent team 99 times out of 100 at least, if not 100 out of 100. It's an embarrassment they lost that game. They gave up a shorthanded goal, screwing around their own defensive end for some reason.
That is just... I can't believe that. You gave up a goal on a power play?
Yeah. And it wasn't even like, it wasn't like they were shooting in their offensive end and they gave up a breakaway one-on-one, with the goalie and, oh, man, just a tremendous shot.
Well, that's how they lost the game.
No. Well, that's how they lost, yes. In the overtime, that's how they lost, exactly. Because that's 3-on-3 hockey. That's what they, that's designed to create moments like that. And, of course, unfortunately, The guy who buries you is Jack Roslovic, Columbus guy, former Blue Jacket. That was just a nice little topper to this thing. But I don't know, man. It's starting to get worrisome for me with this Jackets franchise, and here's why. Let me say why. Because we all do this now as fans. When we watch this team with the lead in the third period, we go, okay, don't screw it up. And we're fans. Like, we're allowed to think like that. Players should not be thinking like that. But I feel like in seasons past, this team has done that exact thing where they've said, okay, we got the lead now. Don't screw this up. Just got to finish this off. And they play scared. And last night they coached scared too. Dean Evison coached scared. He put out Matthew Olivier on a power play at the end of a game. That's not his job. What are we doing? We're doing that because we're scared of Connor McDavid coming and murdering you. And rather than that,
he had 2 goals.
He was great.
The first one was.
Oh, God. Den Matasha had to pick up his jockstrap. That was something, man.
Oh, my. Oh, baby.
Oh.
That one was filthy. I done watched it like 25 times. I'm not going to lie to you.
No. I don't care if it was against my team or not. It's one of the prettiest goals I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He does a 360 skating towards the net and then whips around the backhand somehow. I don't even know how he did it. Connor McDavid is a literal wizard assassin is what I would call him. Because he makes plays no one else does, and he can kill you instantly.
I understand, like, there's levels to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand there's good players and then there's great players. And in hockey, you can see, you can, like, very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
You can spot the difference because that was, wow.
Well,
between him and Nate McKinnon, ooh-wee.
No, it's tough. And they have 2 guys, right? They have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are like those. They've those 2 and then everybody else. But this is a team that has played twice in the Western Conference Finals, Stanley Cup Finals the last 2 years. They're the Western Conference champs, defending 2-time Western Conference champs, right? They are obviously a great team. And you could almost say, in a weird way, well, if you lose this game, you collapse against Edmonton. That's not entirely like the most shocking thing I've ever seen in Jackets history, right? However, the fact that because you lose to the Canucks, because you lose to Vancouver, now you've lost this game. You're on now a 4-game losing streak. This is where it piles up. And you had this one to win. The way it balances out when you lose to crappy teams is that you then go beat the good teams, shockingly, and you hold on to leads when you're up 2 goals in the final 6 minutes. You don't play scared. I'm afraid this team's going to keep playing scared like this because I'm afraid what has happened in years past is they let it creep into their head. Oh, yeah, this is about where we give it up. We can't give it up. And they don't play their game. Instead, they play not to lose. And that is exactly what happened last night.
I'm not going to go there. I think that the season is long. Yes, these games are important. But I think that they have to right the ship very soon. It'd be nice to get it done tonight in Seattle. That'd be nice. But I think that they're gonna catch their win streak. I feel like what killed them last year was they went on like a 2-week losing streak, which just kind of just ruined them. And I feel like if they can find a way to win tonight, like they can save a lot, and then they just need to go on like a nice 3 to 4 game win streak.
Yeah, the season's not over by any stretch.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't. You sound like you getting to the point where it's like this is the same old stuff. We see the same old stuff every year
because we do.
And they falling into that. They got to win tonight.
No, that's fine.
In the bud.
Well, fine. This is perhaps your toughest game of the road trip.
I know it too. Ain't that crazy?
Right, and it's on a back-to-back. Like everything is against them to get this one done.
That's why they're going to win. I'm
not going to bore you with Jackets talk all day because we could do this same show 25 years over. Like I've done this show hundreds of times in my time. So I'm not doing it today. I'm not doing 3 hours of Jackets talk. Don't you worry. We're not going to bother with that. But this just pissed me off last night watching them piss away a game that they absolutely had.
I've decided to be like everybody else and just lower my expectations, T-Bone. If you have low expectations, you can't get hurt. So you know what?
Yeah, well, that's
good for them. Going to Edmonton, getting a point. Congratulations.
Yeah. Hey, moral victories.
Way to do that. Way to do that. I mean, it's not as big of a deal as if you don't blow a lead in New York and then lose by 4 goals to a crappy Calgary team, and then not get a point in Vancouver. Like, if it wasn't for all that before that, then maybe I would be like, yeah, it was good that they got a point in Edmonton last night. But you know what?
No.
I'm done getting emotional over them and having higher expectations from them than I had the year before. You know what? I'm in a very it is what it is situation for the Blue Jackets. This is what they're going to do. They're going to tread water. They're going to try to get hot at the end of the season and may or may not make the playoffs.
Well,
you know what? That's who they are.
They'll complain. They complain over there sometimes about like, oh, well, why don't people pay attention to us till when football season's over? This is why. Because you don't give people a reason to. You don't raise the expectations ever around here, and it pisses me off. Because I would love to have a pro sports team to talk about. And we do have the Crew, but obviously they got bounced in the playoffs, so that's over. But, like, they've actually won things. So the Crew give you something to talk about because they've competed for and won championships. But, no, over at Nationwide, we're told it's too hard to, you can't. The Jackets are just lucky to be in the playoffs. Do you realize the NHL is set up for every team to make the playoffs like every 3 years? Pro sports with salary caps, NBA, the NFL, they're all set up for that. When you are as big of a failure as the Jackets have been for 25 years, that takes some trying. That almost takes anti-effort to make that happen. Because everything is set up for you every few years to just stumble into a few first-round picks, stumble into some guys in free agency, pick up a few guys that you got through a trade that ended up being better than you thought they would be, and then suddenly, what do you know? Because of the salary cap, teams can't just make super teams. You should be able to roll into the playoffs every 3 to 4 years and be competitive for a couple years thereafter. Jackets, for the majority of their history, have not been, and this is why it's frustrating. This is where 25 years of frustration come out in games like last night, where it's not just about last night's result. It's about the fact we've seen this hundreds of times as Jackets fans, and that's where the PTSD starts to set in. So.
No, relax, T-Bone. They got a point against the back-to-back defending Western Conference champions. Woohoo! Yes.
Hey, Ohio State and Rutgers. Ohio State and Rutgers won't be a night game. It'll be either noon or 3:30 or 4 o'clock. So I just had to find something else to talk about. I'm so frustrated. An NFL coach was fired yesterday. Details next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday. Right now, all lanes are completely closed on 33 eastbound, just passing Gender Road after a crash out there right by Canal Winchester. So as for that detour, get off of 33 in that eastbound direction. Take State Route 674 southbound instead. Hop onto Waterloo Street. That will take you through the town of Canal Winchester. Hopping onto Hill Road eastbound, Diley Road eastbound, and eventually back on US 33. Once again in that eastbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
Truck drivers, wherever you want to take your driving career in 2026, Schneider has an opportunity for you. Our huge selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers can choose from dedicated, intermodal, dry van, and tanker options. Don't wait to upgrade your career before the new year. Search jobs and apply now at schneiderjobs.com. That's schneiderjobs.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Install 3125. Visit website for details.
Hey, does this sound like you where every step or reach is a reminder that it hurts? The pain is there. A reminder of what you're not able to do, how far you've drifted from that life you used to have and love where you didn't have the pain. Listen, if this is you, if this is a family member, you need to talk to them about it. You need to do what I did and go to QC Kinetics. They've got the answers for you, the relief without the scalpel, without the surgery. At QC Kinetics, they tap into your body's own regenerative power. The damaged tissue, it can be healed by itself. It's not science fiction. It's your body's comeback story. The very cells in your body can help you get healed with no surgery, no pills, No long recovery, just remembering how to move and feel alive again so you can golf, hike, do all the stuff you love to do. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus or 380-208-4544. They have offices all over Columbus, so be sure to check them out at 380-208-4544.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and a cool, refreshing mountain dew. So give me my goodness, give me a dew.
Grab some friends and an ice-cold Mountain Dew today.
Mountain Dew.
November is an ideal month to plant trees in Ohio because the soil is still warm, which reduces the transplant stress. Plus, trees require less water in November than in the heat of the summer, allowing roots to grow in the cooler temperatures. When planting trees, keep these tips in mind. Select trees that are zone hardy for where you plan to plant. Avoid planting trees that produce slip hazards like fruits and nuts close to sidewalks. And don't plant large trees near or under utility lines. To learn more about the November tree planting, contact an ISA certified arborist near you by going to trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
Hey, football fans, it's November in Ohio, and you know what that means. It's time to face that state up north in a battle to claim forgotten funds. Join us in the statewide challenge and visit com.ohio.gov/radio to help support Ohio's takedown of Michigan. The state with the most searches wins. Who knows? Unclaimed funds could help you buy a seat to the big game next year. Claim your money today at com.ohio.gov/radio.
Remember when sports used to be about calling up your favorite host and saying how stupid they are? Good news. We still do that. The Fan Call-In Show.
Hello. Sponsored by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino.
Sunday mornings at 8 on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A cold and breezy morning across central Ohio. Bundle up and take your time getting to work. Mostly cloudy with daytime highs in the upper 30s, but with windy weather feeling like we're in the 20s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan. Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
By the way, if you are someone who's sitting, maybe you just got up and you notice the window by wherever your bed is, you can feel the air coming in because it's cold this morning. In fact, so cold, it's the type of cold that makes me swear uncontrollably when I get out of my car and go, God, it's so cold. If you are feeling that cold air in your house this morning and you're realizing, yeah, the windows, it's time, we got to make it happen, but I don't want to spend all that money. It's so expensive. I want to make sure I get a good product. Well, that's why I need to go to Window Nation. Their end-of-year sale now through the end of this month, 50% off all window styles. 50% off any of the window styles they sell. Plus, you could get 0% interest financing for 5 years. 5 years, 0% interest financing, 50% off. That's a lot of fives and zeros, but the point is, it's a good deal. 50% off, 0% interest for 5 years when you go with Window Nation. They, of course, do not put in builder-grade windows. They put in some of the best, most energy-efficient windows that are out there. They get a 50-point inspection of every window before it leaves the factory. Their installation crews have over 15 years of experience on average, and they can get the job done in one day, which, of course, this time of year, minimal disruption to your life, that is key. So check them out today. WindowNation.com to schedule your fast, free estimate. WindowNation.com. Find out more today. One more thing on the Jackets that I promise we will talk NFL. Bob McKelliott said something yesterday, and I don't know if you guys picked up on it, because I found it interesting. He was saying, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, but we were talking about the Jackets having, right now having some issues with scoring the puck. Now, last night, They didn't have as much of an issue with that, but still couldn't close out the game. He brought up that last year, a lot of guys on this roster had career years. And if those guys don't have career years this year, that'll obviously be something that could present problems.
Mm-hmm.
And that was all he said about that, right? I don't think he was like saying, and that's going to happen, or like, how dare they, but my biggest fear coming into this season was they didn't make enough moves in free agency.
Oh, they didn't get Mitch Marner, is what you said.
That's right, sure.
Okay.
Would have loved to have him. But also, like, just to not go out and make more moves in free agency. I was surprised to see that. I was surprised they didn't do more to try to shore up this roster. And that is the reason I'm concerned about, is if you're not getting elite, top of their careers, best ever production from guys, then that's concerning. That's my bigger issue long term with this Jackets roster this year, is you have a lot of cap room. I think they have like $14 million in cap room. It's one of the highest numbers in the NHL. That's concerning to me.
Well, we sat here and talked to Don last week, and he made it seem like he's definitely trying. He's got to have people that want to also come to the Jackets as well. So that's seems to be what's presenting the problem. It's not that they aren't trying. It's that for some odd reason around the league, they don't want to come to the Blue Jackets.
I understand that. My only response to that is literally every front office that's been here since the beginning of the Jackets franchise has tried. And they have that try. It's Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try. Right now, last night was a do not type of game.
Like the great philosopher Big Sean once said, Tyvis, blank trying and not doing.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Exactly right. You got to do.
But to your point,
that's where my bigger, just put a pin in that for later, but that's a thing that concerns me.
Here's a segue. Teams like the Philadelphia Eagles, what do? When they're on top, they go and get people like Saquon Barkley. And I'm not saying it's an apples to apples comparison, but it's like, hey, I understand that they like their group from last year, but there was no reason not to improve on that.
On that point,
Saquon wanted to come to Philly.
That's true.
I said it's not an apples to apples.
No. But you know why he went? Yeah, because Philly's known for being just a city of winners and people who are friendly and
people love the fans there.
Their fans never like root for death for their players when they suck. Like, what I'm saying is all the things that people say about Columbus, where it's like, well, guys, don't be mean to these players. They may not want to come play here. Saquon Barkley wanted to go to Philly. Why? Because he thought he could win there. Because the money was right, and because he thought he could win there, because they've built a culture of winning over the years. I'm not saying it's been every year, and I'm not saying they haven't had some downs.
How do you win?
How do you win is by first, number one, you have to get the right people in charge.
Okay.
Then you need to, and then those people need to convince talent to come there.
Okay. So would you say with Don and Dean that you think that those are the right people for the job?
I think those were the best people. I think at least in Don Waddell's case, that's the best guy they could get for the job at the time.
Check.
At the time.
We got it. Check. We got it. So you agree that those two are some good, solid pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now the next part is getting the players. If he sat here and said that he tried, but he couldn't get them, like what?
Yeah, but that's like if you ask, I put a guy out there in the fourth quarter of an NBA game and he missed 4 threes, but he tried. He really wanted to.
That's different.
You can try all you want, but at some point you got to get the job done.
That's different.
You got to entice the player. You got to find a way.
If you tell me that you put Steph Curry out there, that's a different story.
But
if you telling me you got Dean Wade or somebody shooting it, like you're gonna be like, yeah, what did you expect? Shout out to Dean. He hit 2 big trays last night too.
Fine. Here's the thing. Like going back to your Eagles comparison, Dylan, like the thing with Saquon Barkley is how many people around the league would have said, oh man, the Eagles are never going to get Saquon Barkley to come there. That's a team in the division. Why would he want to go there? No, he's not. Like there would have been a lot of people who would have said, if they were in charge of the Eagles, I'm not even going to try. Right?
That's not true.
Yeah, they would have. They would have said that he's not going to want to. But he's not going to want to come play in the division.
From the area.
No, I could see people saying, "I don't know if we can land him. I don't know if we can make it happen."
He's from the area. He probably grew up an Eagles fan.
That's right. But there are guys who, to me, I just feel like this Jackets organization too often says, "Well, you can't expect us to get that guy. Yes, I can. Yes, I can have expectations for you. Because you know what? The Eagles...
He said he tried to get Mitch.
Come on.
I tipped my cap that day. I tipped my cap.
Everybody in the league tried to get Mitch Marner. That's not the only... If you can't get Mitch Marner, then you just can't get anybody? Come on.
He swung for the fences.
Okay,
I respect it.
Brian Daboll is done with the Giants. Speaking of Saquon Barkley's old team, I guess. The Giants are firing him after Sunday's loss to the Bears. He won Coach of the Year in 2022. Was there another guy that won Coach of the Year in the NFL not long before or after that? I'm trying to think who was surrounding some of those Coach of the Year awards.
Vrabel?
No, someone else I think has won Coach of the Year.
Kevin Stefanski?
Yeah, there we go. That's right.
Two time.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, he finishes his New York tenure with a 20, 40, and 1 record in 3+ seasons. So
I wonder what Kevin's
bad.
What's Kevin? 40 and 55?
Yeah, his record is like more like 500. I think it's in the 40s and 40s, to your point.
No, I think it's like 40, 50.
Something like that. Okay, fine, but it's not 20 and 40 is what I'm saying.
The Giants were my childhood team. I have since just relinquished that loyalty due to my loyalty to sports betting.
That's sad.
Okay.
You're not loyal.
I don't think they should have fired him.
You know, I think that's. I don't think you're alone in that, because I think there are a lot of Giants fans who probably look at what he has done as far as developing talent at quarterback and said, "You just drafted Jackson Dart, and now you're firing the guy who worked with Josh Allen and got him to become Josh Allen."
I poo-poo this every time it happens. Stop drafting a quarterback and then firing your coach in his rookie year.
Oh,
stop doing it.
Doesn't make sense.
Oh.
Stop doing it.
So Kevin is safe.
Well, that's different.
Stop drafting a
franchise quarterback. Yeah,
and then firing your coach the next year. First-round quarterbacks, don't do it to them.
No, exactly right. I can see your point there.
I wanted to clarify. I just wanted to make sure that you was on the same page.
Well, did you hear last night who Dan Orlovsky tabbed for the job?
Sure did. Kevin Stefanski.
Dan Orlovsky was like, well, they got to look at Kevin Stefanski. If he becomes available, that's a guy I'd go hire right there. Great. Can I pack his bags? Go ahead. Take him. Because there's one thing I need to find out about the Browns. Is it just Kevin Stefanski being bad, or is it the entire organization being bad? Because you're never going to find that out until you get rid of him.
What if Kevin is like Bill Belichick? What if he leaves?
What if he's like Baker Mayfield? Like, the fact is, it's not happening here. What are we supposed to do? Wait until, 10 years go by, and then finally we say, all right, maybe Kevin Stefanski's not the guy?
Would you? So you in favor of them firing him?
I'm in favor of calling Dan Orlovsky a fool for being just this stupid on national TV and saying, yeah, the guy who has currently won 5 of the last 35 games he's coached should go take over the New York Giants. I would love to see the New York media. If he thinks the Cleveland media is tough, go to New York where they ask you a question. He's like, we got to coach better. We got to play better. We got to work harder. Yeah, they ain't
hearing that, huh?
No, they will accept that. Good luck. Have fun with that.
We need to play better.
Yeah,
you said the New York media would still go after him.
They would chew him up and spit him out in 5 minutes. He will be a coordinator in 2 years. Like, this man doesn't need to go be a head coach. He needs to go be an offensive coordinator. Honestly, he needs to come down to Columbus and be an offensive, what do they call that? Now when you're
a consultant?
Consultant. There you go. Come be an offensive consultant for a year.
Jeez.
Go through the car wash. Get your reputation back, and then go do this. But, hey, again, if there's idiots like Dan Orlovsky who are hiring these jobs, you might be able to get one of the biggest jobs in the NFL. So, yeah, go right ahead. Go ahead and hire him, New York. That's fine. Get him out of our hair with Cleveland.
He would at least have the quarterback and some playmakers.
I'm so frustrated today. It's just...
Yeah, you are.
I woke up...
You need me to go get you a Snickers bar?
I already ate one. You kidding? I knew. I stopped in today and said, nope, it's Hangry Bone. I'm going to have to get something. It didn't work, buddy. Because I woke up to that jacket. I watched the Jackets performance this morning because last night I was too tired, went to sleep.
Then you watched the Cavs.
And then I watched the Cavs give away a game on a tip drill at the end of the game.
That one was just that.
0.4 seconds, they lose that game.
That's inexcusable.
I watched the Monday night game. That was a snooze fest. And then I had Dan Orlovsky telling me, Kevin Stefanski should actually coach the Giants. Great. Let him do it. What are the flaws for each of the college football playoff contenders? I will tell you what the experts are saying in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Looking at some snowy conditions for folks in New Albany. And of course, that is turning to ice this morning, especially on that 161 and 62 intersection. Do be mindful as well as you're stepping out the door. 62 eastbound, pretty slow moving at 32 miles per hour. Even slower moving 161 eastbound past 62. over by Beach Road this morning, looking at 30 miles per hour for your travel times this Tuesday morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor, located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville, and online at greenandsons.com.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here. After retiring from professional football, I never expected that me, Bobby, I'd have low testosterone. So I went to my friends over at Affinity, I got my labs done, and now I've been on a testosterone replacement plan with Affinity for 8+ years. Best of all, they've supplemented it with peptides and lots of other great products. Learn why me and thousands of men trust the experts at Affinity to feel their best. Get more energy, better workouts, feel like yourself again. And do not waste another day. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com today.
This is Ryan Krieger, and at Krieger Ford, we know life's busy. Let us handle your car care. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or have our technicians come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's T-Bone. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
By the way, we have Luke Combs tickets to give away to you sometime before the 7 o'clock hour. Luke Combs coming to Ohio Stadium Saturday, April 25th with Dirk Bentley, Ty Myers, and I'm sure others. I don't know. Ticketmaster.com, though. Luke Combs, Ohio Stadium, April. Chance to win coming up before 7 o'clock.
Generically speaking, how do we feel about a outdoor concert in Columbus, Ohio in April?
Cold.
Well, it depends on how much you like the artist, because there are plenty of artists, bands, that if you told me they were coming in April to Ohio Stadium, I would say get the ponchos, get the winter coats, get the gloves, get whatever we need. We're gonna be out there, right? But there is a possibility of weather. But you know what? When it's an artist like Luke Combs, I think you just have to take your chances.
April showers bring May flowers.
Well,
that's exactly right.
The last time he played at the Shoe, it was July 23rd of 2022. It might have been the hottest day of my life. It was.
So are you going because you're a Luke Combs fan, or are you going because of the talent that's possibly there?
Well, the last time I went, it was for work.
Okay.
And the talent.
Oh, so not the artist.
You was scoping talent on the job?
Well, yes and no. Me and my friend Jake brought a girl and her sister.
Oh, okay.
So
you were contributing to the talent.
So you were. So let me get you was on the job, but you was double dating.
Tyvis,
what's Tyvis? Listen,
I'm going to say it like
let
this.
the man work.
I'm trying to get to.
I cannot explain to you how many favors my ex-employer did for me in that regard. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, I'm sure they did.
Ultimate wingman.
Yes. Well, how do you feel about dating a 52-year-old Buckeye fan? Like a man, because that's what we do here. That's what we are really popular with that segment. I'm just saying. So like, if that's your old job was appealing to different people, our target demo is a little different. Is all I'm trying to tell you. So just FYI, that's kind of our lane right now. By the way, the chat is saying I need to chill out because I am in a bad mood today, and I have multiple suggestions. Like Quentin said, Bone needs another double cheeseburger to get the edge off.
Maybe you do. Maybe I. You know what?
I do.
I got to order him a burger.
Yeah. Rusty said, Tyvis, order your man a breakfast Baconator and get yourself one too. That's true. Alex said, or a bacon breakfast crunch wrap. Also fair. Quentin also suggested that myself and Irene, that I go and meet Mr. Benjamin and take a hit off of that, which I've never done, but I appreciate the suggestion there, Quentin.
I think we should just do all the suggestions.
All at the same time.
Yes, and
Why
then
not?
whatever you don't eat, I'll eat.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Sure.
That's sad.
Let's get a little breakfast buffet, a DoorDash breakfast buffet, just right here.
Get a spread.
Absolutely right. By the way, DoorDash is missing out on like some free advertising. Like they need to advertise with us because the amount of times we've used DoorDash to like get food here at this time of day,
or Uber Eats.
Well, either what do you do? I think usually been. Oh, you do Uber
So
Eats?
I use Uber Eats because if I hit DoorDash, like my wife shares the account, so she'll see that I ordered something, and then she'll like scold me. So I use Uber Eats when I'm not ordering with her.
I thought you had all control of finances, Tyvis. What happened to that?
It's not about a financial. It's just about,
It's about eating without her?
Correct.
By the way,
you can't eat by yourself? That's what marriage brings? You can't eat when you're not with the other person?
Sometimes the other person will say, they'll try to keep you in check and say, hey, hold on a second. Is that good?
This is interesting.
Should you do
because
that?
when you single, if you want Burger King, you can have burger. You go right and get
I
your
go
burger.
have it my way.
Exactly.
Have it your way, yeah.
But if you're married with kids and you say you want Burger King and she says, I'm not really feeling no Burger King. I want this.
Right.
Now you have to pivot what you want in your taste buds to go get that.
Yeah.
And I don't, that's just how it goes.
Well, the amount of times we've tried to get dinner, and I've said, my wife's like, what would you like? And I'm like, pizza. She's like, we had that 3 days ago. And I'm like, yes, far too long of a wait for me. I need more pizza than that. She's like, no, once a week is on a pizza thing. So then I have to transition from pizza to, all right, what do you want?
See?
And then we end up somewhere else. So yeah.
It's really a shame.
But I'm saying like a day like today, you left your house at like 5 a.m. and you go up to Cleveland, you'll come back. What time you'll be back home around about?
About 3:30, 4 o'clock.
But you can't order something on DoorDash without you getting a lecture when you're going to go 10 hours without seeing your wife? You can't.
Well, I mean,
you can't eat what you want to eat.
I'm going to eat. I'm just going to do that in the car. I'm going to just stop and go get
Tyvis,
it.
this is you. You have
This is
learned
not me ordering it.
Tyvis has learned a successful key to marriage, which is that they don't need to know everything. That's all, right? They don't always need to know everything. It's not like you got a second family.
Because it's just
a sandwich.
Understand. Like it's going. I'm gonna walk in that house, or I'm gonna get a screenshot. Oh, that's what you are. This is what you. Like, and I just don't want to hear that. Like when you get married and you've been with somebody for a while, you do things because you don't want to hear their mouth.
Yeah,
I don't want to
absolutely
hear
right.
it. I just don't want to hear it.
I've been married for 19 years. I totally get this. And you know what? She does stuff that she don't want to hear my mouth about. So that's fine. It works both ways, and that's totally fine.
These were questions out of ignorance because I've never been married and I haven't lived with a woman for 4 years. So
I'm just telling you.
I just DoorDash whenever I want to and go to Burger King.
See?
I don't know.
There's pluses and minuses, Dylan. That's all we're saying.
The
There's
only
pluses
time
and
I
minuses.
feel like that is if my wife is out of town.
Oh yeah, no, that is true bachelor pad living. When that happens, I'm the same way. It's like we're
you go.
She whenever I DoorDash something, she's like, just go drive. It's 10 minutes away. And it's like, yes, but that involves leaving the house. I don't want to. I don't feel like doing that. So Bill Connolly over at ESPN, he does all the S&P Plus, S&P 500? I don't know, FPI, whatever. There's all the analytics stuff that they have at ESPN. So he went and looked through all of the different data and said, here are the weak spots for each of the championship contenders. So I will obviously start with Ohio State. Tyvis, you tell me who else you'd like to hear the weaknesses of. He said Ohio State, their weakness. What do you think he said it was? First off, before I tell you.
The run game.
Yeah. Mediocre running game is literally the only flaw he found in Ohio State's game, which, to be honest, when I tell you the rest of these teams, I feel like having watched a lot of this, the top 10 of college football, I agree with a lot of these sentiments, but I also feel like it echoes what we've been talking about, that Ohio State's problems are not the same as everybody else's problems. Mediocre run game, while that is a concern against a few teams that you play, number one being the team up north when you play them in a few weeks, got to be able to run the football, it feels like.
No, you don't.
Well,
you don't.
You might have to run it a few times, is all I'm saying, just in spots.
Well, I think if anything this year, he should go for 500 passing yards and not run the ball once.
You're preaching to the choir on that.
Just to make up for the fact that he let a stat mess him up last year.
You are just last year? I think it's been multiple years.
Well,
I think it's been multiple years.
He admitted it last year.
That's right. All right. So what other teams do you have concerns about in the top 10? Like,
is Alabama's stuff run game? Because Joshua Perry just said it is. If ours is mediocre, theirs is non-existent.
He literally what he said is like, I've never seen a team this good who has no run game, like not one at all, which is true. I mean, that's why Ty Simpson is getting a lot of Heisman love, is because it is literally on his arm. That is the reason that offense works, is because of him. So if you get to him, if you shut down their receivers, good luck trying to win a game if you're Alabama. So that is their flaw. What other teams do you have questions about?
The Hoosiers.
Indiana, he put their issue as defense prone to big plays. So
they can't play Ohio State then.
Well, I'm just saying. So if you go through this list, I'll give you the rest. He said Texas A&M defense ranks 130th in rushing yards allowed per carry.
They can't stop the run?
When you account for sacks. When you take away sacks, because their run game numbers are inflated a bit defensively because of sacks. But when you remove that and you look at just their efficiency at stopping purely running plays, they are 130th in college football.
Is that right?
So would a mediocre run game from Ohio State, would that be necessarily a huge problem against them, given that they just cannot stop the run? I don't think so. If anything, that would be a game where you'd think you'd probably be able to get it going a little bit. Texas Tech, their quarterback, Baron Morton, he is just a guy. So their whole thing is offense, great, except for, their offense is fine. Their defense is the story with them. So that is kind of where they kind of falter.
What is about Ole Miss?
They are, he said, unfortunately, they run the ball okay, but they also can't stop people from running the ball as well. So they have their run game efficiency from an offense to defensive standpoint. Whatever they're giving up in the run game, they're getting the same thing offensively. So it's a wash. There's no advantage for them where we can stop other teams from running the football and then we'll run it down your throat. They don't do that.
Okay, curiosity, Georgia.
Georgia is
ass.
Kirby Smart is a lose. No. In the first, he's a weirdo. In the first half, Dogs rank 74th in points allowed per drive and 106th in success rate allowed. Everybody, if you followed them at all this year in college football, they are a second half team like nobody's ever seen. So they are great in the second half, but they get into tough spots because the first half they suck usually.
So you saying take Texas plus the points?
That might be a thing. Yeah. I mean, at least in the first half, you might think about that.
I think Texas could pull the upset.
Oh. Are you going on the money line?
That's just me. I would never do something like that, Tyvis. But I don't even know if that's my best bet yet.
You know what? You got 3 more days to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
On the money line, I haven't lost yet on any.
Yeah, but you've done it on 2.5, 3-point dogs, not a 6.5 point dog.
What was the Patriots last week?
2.5. Those
I did it against Utah when Utah.
Yeah, they were 3.5. I mean, those are ballsy
plays. Not 3.5.
Those are ballsy plays. But I'm not
6.
doing it with 6.5.
Prince Mario Descarbio in the chat said Kirby Smart's 12-year-old boy haircut is the fatal flaw for Georgia. So that's actually also true. I think that's the reason.
I think them and Notre Dame are the most overrated teams in the top 10. I think they both stink.
By the way, Notre Dame, Bill Connolly broke them down for ESPN and said that essentially their biggest issue is can't get off the field on third down defensively. So again, seems like you tell me I know it's analytics, I know it's numbers, I know when you actually play these games, it's real human beings on real fields where people forget to do something on one play and it costs you a game. But if you look at all the metrics and you look at everything Ohio State does well versus what all these other teams do or do not do well, Ohio State's matchups against all these top 10 teams look really favorable. There are things where you could say, oh, yeah, Ohio State should be able to handle that. That would be a problem for that team if they went up against Ohio State.
Would you be shocked if they shook up the rankings today when they came out tonight?
Not totally. I wouldn't be surprised.
Would you be upset if they said Indiana's over Ohio State? Because I would be.
Well, you know what? That's a great question that I will answer for you when we come back, because I have a thought on why that would be wrong, but also in the grand scheme of things, it probably doesn't matter. But principally, yes, I would have a big problem with that, and I'll tell you why next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
We are so closely monitoring a big crash for our friends in Canal Winchester. 33 eastbound, just passing Gender Road. All lanes completely blocked this morning because of that incident. As for the detour, definitely utilize it this morning. Taking 33 eastbound, getting off there instead. Going southbound on State Route 674 takes you to Waterloo Street eastbound. Going through Canal Winchester, the downtown area, eventually to Hill Road eastbound, Diley Road, and back on to eastbound direction of 33. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
The following radio theater is brought to you by Columbus Men's Clinic.
Hey, Dad, you want to play football?
No, buddy.
All right.
Pops, want to work out? Maybe later.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tomorrow?
You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you have symptoms of ED and low T, your family, friends, and even your career has already been affected. Book your discreet evaluation at Columbus Men's Clinic and turn your tomorrows into
today.
Yes! Touchdown!
Come on, one more, Dad. Today! Push, Dad. One more. Come on, push.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tonight.
Call 614-300-7400 or book now in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, for every man in every season of life.
You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season with a Home for the Holidays raffle. And help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish Kids. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidays.columbus.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomefortheholidays.columbus.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Buckeyes, the 2025 football season is here, and that means three things: football, game day, and smooth Jameson whiskey. Whether you're catching the game at home, at your neighborhood bar, or soaking up the team spirit at a tailgate, Jameson Ginger and Lime and Ohio State Athletics are a winning combo. So cheers to making game days even better with the official whiskey of the fans. Jameson, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Taste responsibly.
Jameson Irish Whiskey, product of Ireland. 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2025, imported by John Jameson Import Company, New York, New York.
Columbus. Henry Cho is bringing his Empty Nest tour to the Speaker Joanne Davidson Theater on Friday, November 14th.
Hey, Columbus, Ohio. Henry Cho here. Get your tickets now. New material. See you there.
Tickets are available at kappa.com.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Imagine the perfect chicken tender. Crispy, juicy, for lack of a better word, tendery. Now imagine these perfect tenders at Wendy's. 'Cause they are. Wendy's new chicken tenders are here with delicious new dipping sauces like Wendy's Signature, Creamy Ranch, and Honey Barbecue. And they're so good, we even changed our name from Wendy's to Tendies. I believe that's what the kids call manifesting. For Tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
The Jackets are back at Nationwide Arena for a battle with the Edmonton Oilers. Live fan coverage starts Thursday night at 6:30.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tyvis, you asked before the break, do we think tonight the College Football Playoff Committee puts Indiana number one over Ohio State? Or maybe Texas A&M.
Well, you know, I know that Prince in the chat is like, he said, Tyvis, what are you even talking about? Indiana's only possibly going the other way. A&M, though, maybe jumps IU and could jump OSU over the next 2 weeks. The reason I say that is because they made it out like Indiana just had this unbelievable win. And, you know, that's the first win in Happy Valley and all of these things. And Fernando Mendoza with this hype, this Heisman talk. Like, it's just like, if they were going to do it, this would be the week to do it. Now, granted, it would be, I look at it like makes no sense.
With you. I agree. It makes no sense whatsoever.
No sense to put them over there. But if you want parity and you want people to talk about something, you want to give people like us to talk about something for a week, then yeah, you absolutely could do that. But it would not be right.
No, it would not be right. They would need a reason, though. And the reason would likely be, if it was Indiana, it would be, well, this was a team that won this game on the road. And that's something that Ohio State did not do in that situation against that same opponent. Although, granted, they beat Ohio State. Ohio State beat them by a lot more. I don't think they will jump Indiana. If they did, it would obviously make for great television and all those things, which is what concerns me. But honestly, I would like them to jump Indiana and Texas A&M, which is the one I'd be more concerned about. Texas A&M just being this undefeated team that's winning in the SEC all the time. That's where I could see them jumping them and saying, oh, they've just played tougher opponents and they should be number one. Either way, I kind of hope it happens just because I want Ohio State to kind of have that as motivation. That's the only thing this team's missing right now is the nobody believes in us or someone has screwed us over. Everyone right now is telling Ohio State how great they are. The biggest argument is which of the two players on their great offense should be the one pushed for the Heisman. So, like, the press clippings thing is that's the only thing they have going against them right now is that everyone's telling them how great they are. So I wouldn't mind seeing that.
It should be an all-out press on Julian Sang being the Heisman.
Well, fair enough.
Because Jeremiah Smith would have to double his numbers from where he's currently at now to be considered for winning the Heisman.
Didn't you guys say I'm a member of the Lunatic Fringe for having that take yesterday?
No, I didn't say that.
No.
T-Bone did.
I did. Yes, that's right.
I didn't say that.
I did.
T-Bone
exactly
did.
right.
So are me and Tyvis now members of the Lunatic Fringe?
No, because you guys aren't as crazy as me. You don't even come close. Not there.
It's good to know where you stand on the important issues. Oh, my. This is Morning Wood.
All right, every Tuesday, 6:45, Dylan asks us questions. We try to answer them. Dylan, Morningwood, question number one.
All right, so yesterday, Mark Norvell, Florida State's coach, said basically after Clemson beat them 24-10 that he's going to win a championship at Florida State. But my question for you is, would you say he's even going to be the coach there next season?
No, I would be shocked if he... I still think the Florida State job comes open. I would be surprised if he is there. He had 1 year where they looked like they could possibly go win a championship, and then, of course, their quarterback got his leg destroyed.
Jordan Travis.
Yeah,
yes.
Which sucked. And that's undeniably just terrible luck, right? Yeah. We'll never know what would have happened with that season, but surrounding that season has been a lot of bad from Mike Norvell. So, no, I wouldn't blame Florida State at all if they moved on from him.
If they can find the money, he's gone.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I would think that's
They're
right.
1-5 in conference play. He's gone.
I want to go to an alternate universe where they make that playoff and see how that changes their program's trajectory.
Sure.
It feels like they
would have lost.
I'm not saying they belonged. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
If Jordan Travis never got hurt, I would love to see that. But like the fact that they wanted to still get in with a backup, and the backup struggled. Like the reason we got in is because Cardell won and went 59-0. If they would have did that, they would have got in.
I'm not arguing that point. I'm just saying they let that decision by the committee kill their program.
Oh, yeah.
That's my point.
I agree with that 100%. I feel like that hung over their head too long. They couldn't. And I can't blame them in some ways for not moving on quickly from that. But, yeah, it would be a very different universe if they'd have gotten in. Great. By the way, good. Top SportsCenter top 10. Connor McDavid's goal on Den Matejchuk, where he just put him in a blender. Number 3.
It's shocking that it's 2 things better than that.
Yeah, well, Morningwood question number 2.
So today the McRib is back. What limited time menu item would you say is the best of all time?
McRib's
the
up there.
Fries from Taco Bell.
The nacho fries.
But they're not limited time. They're there.
I thought they were limited time.
I just went to Taco Bell last week and it wasn't there.
I'm pretty sure they're a limited time menu
promise
item.
you on the app, every time I look, that's all I see is
You're wrong. I just went to Taco Bell.
You need to go to a better
week.
Taco Bell because mine is always
They are
happening.
not there.
If Tyvis is right about this and you're wrong, Tyvis is the real foodie of the show.
Well, we already know that. we already know he is the secret foodie of the show, and this
I don't know
is
why y'all want
confirming
me to
it.
be a foodie.
No, it's not that we want you. We want you to admit who you are.
Exactly.
I don't care if you
come out of the closet and join the world.
You can eat celery and carrot sticks for all I care. I'm just saying, when you say I'm not a foodie and then you have foodie thoughts like that, that's a very good point. Taco Bell nacho, if that's true, and they literally are limited time, because I see them all the time.
I've never had the McRib.
T-Bone has an intimate relationship with Taco.
Stop.
Oh, you've never had a McRib? You're not missing out on much.
Okay, good.
What are we doing?
I don't need to have
What
it
are we
then.
talking about? Oh my
It's
God.
not that. If you have a McRib compared to a rib sandwich, you would be like, "What is this substance that I'm eating?" It's over.
It's overrated. That's what he was
The charm of the McRib is the fact that it's not around all the time.
It's not a rib sandwich. We know it's not ribs. Who wants to eat a rib sandwich where every 5 seconds you have to pick a bone out of your teeth? It's a McRib. It's a creation they made, and it's delicious. By the way, chickens have bones too, but nobody complains when a chicken nugget comes around. I'm just saying. We know they have bones. We get rid of them so we can eat them in convenient fashion in the car or wherever you eat them. Anyway, McRib, I love you, and I'll be getting some of you today. Buckeyes are flipping commits. We'll tell you about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, checking in on our friends in Plain City and Dublin this morning. No major crashes and no major slowdowns on 33 eastbound, westbound, as well as 270 in that northbound direction heading towards Dublin this morning. Lastly, for our drive times in Delaware County, no issues still. 71 southbound and 23 in that southbound direction, still looking pretty good for this Tuesday morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Enjoy rates lower than the national average, plus special rates on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card from BMI Federal Credit Union. Apply today at bmifcu.org/visa.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and I'm a big believer in saying thank you when something actually works. So thank you, Awaken 180. And they're actually saying thank you back right here in Ohio with $500 off every new program through Thanksgiving. I started around this time last year, dropped 65 pounds for the holidays, and 15 more in free maintenance. Awaken 180 works, and now's the time to do it with $500 off. Thank your new self when you're 30 or 80 pounds lighter with the medication-free solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
When it's 6 a.m. and you need a skid steer and you want to talk to an actual person about skid steers, lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. With the largest rental fleet and hardest working equipment experts in Columbus, we can help steer you to the right skid steer at the right price right now. Tracks or wheels, diesel or gas, light, medium, or heavy duty. Plus attachments for loading, grading, digging, drilling, tilling, and trenching. No wonder the Columbus builders building Columbus lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. Learn more at sunbeltrentals.com.
All the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My toilet's clogged, backed up too. The sink is running slow. Water's backed up everywhere. Oh, please don't overflow.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free.
Guaranteed. Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Thanksgiving is a time to come together, eat together, and share together. And Meijer is making it easier than ever to share more good. During the week of Thanksgiving, November 23rd through the 29th, when you buy Meijer brand Fredericks by Meijer, Purple Cow, or True Goodness Foods, our Simply Give program will provide a meal to help feed up to 4 million neighbors in need. It's the simple way to put the giving and Thanksgiving together. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details. One meal equals 25 cents based on an average meal cost from select Meijer food pantry partners. Learn more at Meijer.com. Meijer.com/aboutmeijer/community.html.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary and 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
Millions of fans agree this Christmas tradition rocks. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. December 23rd, 2 shows, Nationwide Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. A portion of the proceeds benefits the James and Heather Pick Music Program.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. You know, life sometimes is about being in the right place at the right time. For example, maybe you're a huge Buckeye fan. You want to go to a Buckeye game. You want to get tickets, but you know they're tough to get. Maybe you also need new windows for your house. Maybe you sit next to them and you feel that cold, drafty air coming in. You say, oh, if only there was a way I could address both of these concerns at the same time. Well, good news. With Window Nation's end-of-year sale this November, you could save big on windows that fix that draftiness issue. You'll save 50% off all window styles, plus you could get 0% interest financing for 5 years. But you're saying, T-Bone, I also said I wanted to go to a Buckeye game. Well, good news. Window Nation is a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. And right now, when you upgrade your home with Window Nation windows, you could get 2 tickets to an upcoming Ohio State game. See? Right place, right time. WindowNation.com is where you go to get started today. 50% off all window styles plus 0% financing for 5 years this month from Window Nation. Schedule your free estimate today. WindowNation.com.
Hey, Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions. And yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Philadelphia Eagles went into Green Bay last night for Monday Night Football. After Philly scored 10 unanswered points in the second half, Green Bay would get on the board with a Josh Jacobs TD late in the fourth. Green Bay's kicker Brandon McManus had a chance to tie the game with the 64-yard field goal, but missed as Philly escaped Green Bay with a 10-7 victory. The Columbus Blue Jackets continued their trip through Western Canada. Last night they were in Edmonton. The Blue Jackets were up 2 goals with just over 4 minutes left in the game, but couldn't hold on to the lead, eventually losing 5-4 in overtime. The Cleveland Cavaliers also lost in OT last night. Miami beat them 140-138. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Awaken 180 wants to thank Columbus by offering $500 off every new program now through Thanksgiving. Visit awaken180weightloss.com.
2 men, 1 appendix. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Oh, we just had a moment in the commercial break where I realized just how old I am.
Yes, you are.
Because yesterday, we didn't talk about it on the show, but yesterday was the 50th anniversary of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Not the song.
The Edmund Fitzgerald.
The actual wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, which was a boat that was in the Great Lakes. I believe it was Lake Superior. And it crashed off of Whitefish Bay. There's a song by Gordon Lightfoot called The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, which is a very famous song, probably his most famous song.
Gordon Lightfoot?
Again, see?
That's his name?
You guys live in the Midwest. Tyvis, you grew up on Lake Erie and you don't know about the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald?
Never heard of it in my life.
Shame. You don't know the lore. You don't know about the song. It's like literally, if you're in the Midwest, it's a song that you have to like kind of this time of year.
What's that song you made me listen to yesterday?
Oh, I don't know. What song did I make?
Killing in the Name. That's the name of it.
That was Rage.
a good one.
That was Rage Against the Machine.
Never
Because we
heard
mentioned
it. Never heard it in my life.
Probably really close to Gordon Lightfoot.
No, very different. Anyway, may they rest in peace. 29 sailors lost their lives in that wreck. It was a big. The gales of November. The waves were super high and they came over the side. I think there's another boat out there that still is like built like the Edmund Fitzgerald. Another ship that was there with the Edmund Fitzgerald tried to find the Edmund Fitzgerald once it sank, attempted to rescue it, couldn't find any survivors. But that boat is still used. So like yesterday was the 50th anniversary of that, and that boat is still in service. But unfortunately, the Edmund Fitzgerald is
It's
not.
crazy because when I lived in the flats, I seen a boat that looked just like the Edmund Fitzgerald.
They're all over the Great Lakes and Lake Erie.
So like when you go through where I was at in the flats, it was this bridge and like they had to like raise the bridge so this boat could pass by. And I'd be like, look at that massive boat.
And they go down into, Cleveland and they get from all the different, factories and stuff, and they get that stuff and then they take it out and ship it elsewhere. It's exactly right. It's commerce, baby. But anyway.
Is Gordon Lightfoot a real person or did you make that up?
I made him up. You know what? Don't even bother looking him up or anything. Don't do your own research here, Dylan. Just pretend like I made this whole thing up. That's all it is.
21st of September, but not Gales of November.
No, that's a. Do you remember? That's a good song. I like songs that have dates in them. That's a good song.
There.
Yeah. That's a good one. So I'm just saying, go maybe if you haven't ever heard Gordon Lightfoot, the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. That's one. If I lived near Lake Erie, I would absolutely put that on a speaker, take a beer, go out, stand there in the cold wind, let it hit me in the face, and drink a beer listening to that. I think I would have done that yesterday.
It just hit me.
What's that?
My wife's birthday is a week from today. I have no idea what to get her.
Oh,
But I don't think I could show up empty-handed.
Well, don't Google it because she'll already know. I'm sure she'll see exactly what you're Googling.
Do it on the work computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Google.
Actually, you know what? Go to the YouTube chat. Hop in there. YouTube 971 The Fan. Tell Tyvis what to get his wife for her birthday. That'll be good. And you know what? Best thing you could do is let everyone know her age. Put that out there so everyone can be aware of that. They love that.
I'm 31. Let's just say she's around that age.
Okay. That's perfect.
Sure, people are going to suggest just a ride on the roller coaster.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Hilarious.
Great.
Hilarious. That's more like a gift.
Thanks. The Buckeyes are flipping commitments. So, first off, the one from over the weekend, defensive line commitment, Emmanuel Ruffin, 2026 defensive lineman from Bessemer, Alabama. He is 6'3", 290. He was originally committed to Colorado, 4-star guy. Very good. They got him, right? Apparently, this 2026 class, from what the recruiting people are saying, this week is supposedly going to be a big week for flips. I don't know why this is a big week for flips. Like, what's in the water this week? But they're saying it probably won't be the only one you'll see. Well, then yesterday they were proven right, at least partially on that, because they got another big-time commit, Legend Bay, 4-star athlete from Tennessee. Now, if you look at his height and weight, not the biggest guy you're ever going to recruit.
5'10", 175.
He's being recruited as an athlete. Plays quarterback for his high school. Yeah, you love it, ATH.
I know all about that. ATH.
Well, as much as you were an athlete, was your 40 time was really good at the combine. What was your 40 time again?
4.46.
4.46. Very good time.
Look it up.
Very good time. For a big guy like you especially, that's very good.
For a bigger safety, that's fast.
I'm saying 6'3". That's pretty good.
6'3", 211.
Yeah. How about this, though? Legend Bay. Now, this is high school. I'm sure this isn't the same timing as what they do at the combine, but his 40 time is listed at 4.33.
Oh, he's rolling.
Let's just say that's even close to accurate. That's some speed that you just rarely find in any level of football.
You know who I saw his speed getting compared to on the interwebs?
Who's that?
Ted Ginn Jr.
Ted was, that's a different.
That doesn't get you excited about Legend Bay.
I'm going to give you a name that was really fast, but nobody talks about him. And he played for the Buckeyes. I don't know if he played, but he was here.
What year abouts?
I would say he became a freshman here at Ohio State. I would say maybe 2014 or 2015. Let's go 2015. He was a freshman.
I don't know. No guesses.
You would not guess him because nothing happened of it. Torrance Gibson. He played quarterback.
Yes, I remember
the name.
That man was so fast. It was really him. But I would love to see him and Denzel Ward have a race like that. I'd be running and he'd just be jogging and he's like gone. It's ridiculous. Torrance Gibson, he was supposed to play quarterback, but then they tried to move him to receiver. And I just don't think it just panned out for him. But that dude was fast.
Well, apparently the thought with Legend Bay is that he was originally committed to Tennessee, but he's now flipped to Ohio State. And part of what they said from what I was reading about this is that he would like to play some in the backfield. And apparently at Ohio State, the plan is, allegedly, they'd like to have him in the backfield, slot receiver, punt returner, all the above. Like, get him on the field in a variety of places where he can use his speed.
ATH is.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm just saying it's not like ATH as far as they don't know what position. They apparently have a very clear idea of what they want to do with him. And it's not just going to be get him in the building and we'll figure it out. So, yeah, good stuff there for Ohio State getting those two. This 2026 class is starting to shape up very nicely, I would say. I don't know what it's ranked right now, but a lot of the different parts and pieces seem like they will fit well together. So I like that. By the way, Dylan, I'm just remembering something. We said we were going to give away tickets to Luke Holmes.
Yeah, we should
do it. Let's do it now. 614-821-9710. The seventh caller gets Luke Combs tickets. You can see him with Dirks Bentley, Ty Myers. That is Saturday, April 25th at Ohio Stadium. Tickets are on sale now. You can get them at Ticketmaster.com. No word on if Gordon Lightfoot will join them. I'm guessing he won't.
Isn't he dead?
I think he's dead. Well, now we know who Gordon Lightfoot is all of a sudden.
These two recruits moved Ohio State up in 24/7 ranking from the 9th class to the 7th.
Oh, okay. It's good. Needs to be top 5, but we'll get there.
They're behind A&M, Oregon. They're 6 and 7. Notre Dame's 4th, Alabama's 3, Georgia's 2, and USC is the number 1 class.
Hey, good for them. That's all. That's fine. Go play at USC where you will get to go 8-4 every year. That's a real fun time. Enjoy that. Enjoy all that travel you have to do all the way over here to play Rutgers every year. That's fun.
They got a couple of Ohio guys committed to them.
Great. For now, I look at that as like, yeah, until Ryan Day's like, actually, we were thinking maybe you should come over here. And then they're like, oh, yeah, sure, go ahead. That's what they'll do. So no. People get worked up about that stuff. If Ohio State didn't have a track record of figuring out what they were doing between recruiting and the transfer portal, then I would agree with you. And this year with the transfer portal rules being what they are, right, where now Ohio State, there's one window and the only teams it's really going to penalize are teams like Ohio State who are probably going to go deep in the college football playoffs. Now that is something that becomes a little bit of a difficult thing for Ryan Day. But generally speaking, they have been able to get the recruits they want from the high school side of things and then go out and land a few big-time recruits that will help them out, like Max Clare, getting him to come in last year. That was a big deal, and I still think he's going to be a big part of this offense. Had a good game against Purdue. So, I think they will continue to do stuff like that. I think that's how they're going to shore up whatever. If you think, they don't have the exact recruiting class they want, I trust the results from the defending champs and the team that currently looks like the best one in college football right now. Is that wrong?
No.
Yeah.
I feel like anytime a kid from Ohio doesn't go to Ohio State, it's probably because Ohio State didn't want them.
Yeah.
Kind of how
that's pretty much how I look at it too. All right, we'll come back. We'll talk some Blue Jackets. Dylan Tyrer joins us next in studio. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Tuesday morning to you. A big update and some much better news for our friends in Canal Winchester. All lanes officially back open after a major crash on 33 in that eastbound direction as you're passing Gender Road. Again, that crash clearing up in the last 10 minutes or so. No more first responders on scene. Looks pretty normal when it comes to your Tuesday morning commute officially this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Our clients deserve for us to care, and they deserve to feel serviced. They have questions, and they deserve answers. We're counselors first because I'm not selling them anything. I'm trying to teach clients how to protect themselves. At Curtis & Associates, we're personal injury attorneys. We've helped and continue to help hundreds and hundreds of clients every year. That's important to us. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, call now. 614-GOT-HURT. That's 614-GOT-HURT. Curtis & Associates. Attorneys who care.
Save faster, borrow smarter, move sooner with CME. Earn 6.50% APY with an Ohio Homebuyer Plus savings account. And when you're ready to buy, enjoy a low 5/1 ARM mortgage rate. Plus, CME pays $750 toward closing costs. Start your path to homeownership today with CME Federal Credit Union. APY means annual percentage yield. APY 6.5%. APR varies. $750 closing credit. Terms and eligibility apply. Equal housing lender. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit CMEFCU.org.
Things are going to be busy between now and the end of the year. You got holiday gatherings, school functions for the kids, families are getting together. I know. Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and the last thing you want to worry about this holiday season is whether your roof is going to make it through another Ohio winter. One call to Victor's Home Solutions, my guys, to schedule that free 21-point roof inspection will put your mind at ease, and you want to have a peaceful mind. A highly trained roof inspector will carefully examine every inch of that roof, checking the 21 most common areas of roofing failure. Then they go over their results with you and discuss your options going forward. Most of the time, problems can be fixed with a minor repair, but if it's time for a new roof, Victor's offers money-saving discounts and financing terms to make paying easy. And don't forget, they're so confident in their skilled installers, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. So call or go online and schedule the free 21-point roof inspection today. 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Ooh, winter's coming. And when the wind starts to blow, don't come inside to the cold. Open the door to peace of mind with your Waterworks and Header Precision Furnace Tune-Up and Energy Savings Plan. Your furnace is the heart of your home, and Waterworks and Header will have yours running at peak performance throughout the winter. Plus, you'll save on those energy bills too. Go to waterworks.com and schedule your furnace tune-up online. Waterworks and Header, heating, cooling, and plumbing, together to serve you better.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Fraud in government is a crime, and it robs taxpayer dollars. I'm Ohio Auditor of State Keith Faber, and my job is to catch people that lie, cheat, and steal, report suspicious behavior, and help stop fraud. Learn the red flags, speak up, and protect your tax dollars by calling 1-866-FRAUD-OH.
Do you want a job that is flexible, secure, and fun? It also offers excellent pay and is ranked as one of the best jobs in America, too. I'm talking about being a dental hygienist. And all you have to do is complete a 2-year program after high school. Visit ODA.org to learn more and to start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at onnradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. When the coach speaks, we listen. Ryan Day's weekly press conference comes your way every Tuesday at noon.
Sponsored by The Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact The Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A cold and breezy morning across central Ohio. Bundle up and take your time getting to work. Mostly cloudy with daytime highs in the upper 30s, but with windy weather feeling like we're in the 20s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
During this 10-second promo, Rothman will lose money gambling on something.
People like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. T-Bone and Tyvis present Talking Jackets. Talking Jackets.
A score! A turnover by the Islanders and Adam Fantilli. One more time. Puts it in the net.
Your look inside the world of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
We will talk Jackets in just a moment, but first, Tyvis has something to tell you.
There are a few things more wonderful in life than intimacy. But when erectile dysfunction harms intimacy, it can have a devastating effect on relationships. So don't let that be you. Go see my people at Tri-State Men's Health because they have treatments when the pills and the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some of those treatments can have you last an hour or more. I think I need to go see them. There are 6 locations in Ohio, 2 of them in Columbus. 1 is in Hilliard, the other one's in Westerville. Schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99, which includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a TNPSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. So I'm going to see him Monday because my wife's birthday is Tuesday. Call them today at 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
There we go. Oh, what do we have there? Dylan, what do you have?
Love roller coaster. Ohio players.
Good reference
Tyvis'
there.
song.
Perfect. That's good. Oh, yeah. It's been a roller coaster for sure. It's been a roller coaster, too, if you've been a Jackets fan. It's been a lot of ups this year, a little down right now. Dylan Tyre, Blue Jackets broadcaster, joins us in the studio. Thanks for coming in this morning, Dylan.
Yeah, of course. That was tremendous radio right there. Great read by you, Tyvis. Dylan with the great influx of the music, and then you go roller coaster right into the Blue Jackets season. That's how you do it, folks. That's how you do it.
We were up. We had a 4-game winning streak going. Things were looking good. Now, a little bit of a down streak as the Jackets went out west, lose last night in overtime. First of all, just Jack Roslovic being the one to get the goal, that added to like the frustration for me when I watched this game, where it's like, not only did you lose, but you lost to a former Jacket, a Columbus guy, all the things there last night. That was one of the frustrations.
Doesn't it always feel like that? Like the first time you play against one of your old mates, and I know this wasn't the first time for the Blue Jackets, but I think when Jack came back and played against the Blue Jackets, he scored against them anyway when he was with Carolina.
I feel like that's right, yeah.
So it just feels like that, right? And obviously it adds to some of the frustration, but for me it was the finish for the Blue Jackets, right? And you think back, the last time I was in here chatting with you guys was off of that game against the New York Islanders that ended in very similar fashion.
Right.
And then the Blue Jackets played a couple of nights ago in Vancouver. They lost that one late in the third period, and then they do it again last night. Feels like it was the game was just a few hours ago, which I guess it was. But so many things in that game, like, you know, the Oilers are a good team. They've got so much firepower, and the Blue Jackets seem to have a response whenever the Oilers would score, and unfortunately just did not happen in the end. I can't even explain how the Blue Jackets lost that one.
Yeah, the fact that they gave up a play on a power play where they were up, it's inexcusable.
Yeah.
And I remember, not last year, I think they kind of fixed it last year, but 2 years ago, the main thing, because I was doing radio, the main thing I heard about the Jackets is if the games ended after the second period, they would have been like one of the best teams. They always fell apart in the third. And I thought last year they did a better job of that, but now it seems like it's creeping back up. How can they fix that? Because that, to me, was holding them back right now.
Yeah, man, isn't that the $1 million question? And you're right. A few years ago, that was a huge issue for the Blue Jackets, was closing out those games, and it's been a steady process since then. And I think back then you could probably speak to the Blue Jackets' youth at that point. They had so much inexperience on that team. But now there's not really an excuse, right? And that's a little bit about, you know, what we talked about before is it's this evolution of the Blue Jackets, you know, year 2 under Dean Evison. Last year we saw it just a little bit, but for the most part they were better at closing out games. And this year it started off really good that the Blue Jackets were closing out games. They looked like they had taken that step, but for whatever reason, that's just creeping back into their game. And I think it definitely has to be a confidence thing at this point, right? Where you get into some of those situations and, you know, you reach back into your mind and recent memory says, oh man, we didn't get it done. And maybe you grip the stick a little bit tighter. You try too hard to make plays. And I think, you know, that's something in the NHL that happens so often, is that if it's not going good for a team, they're trying to make plays. And, you know, even if they're saying, hey, we're trying to keep it simple, which everybody always talks about keeping it simple, in those moments, you want to make that play, right, to get it done. And, you know, last night, the way it ended was a little bit fluky. It's just tough the way that final puck goes in to tie the game. And then, of course, the Blue Jackets get caught on a breakaway the other way in overtime. But yeah, I think it's a matter of just seeing one go in, for lack of a better term there. You got to get it done once and hopefully take off from there. But whatever it is, I'm not sure what the strategy is late. If sometimes it feels like they're being too passive, sometimes it feels like they're being overly aggressive. So they just got to find that middle ground, whatever it is.
Dylan Tyre, CBJ broadcaster, joining us here in studio this morning. Jackets lose last night, 5-4 in overtime to Edmonton. Tonight, back at it on the road against Seattle. That game is at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So another late night one for the Jackets. But the thing to go back to from last night's game, Den Matejchuk, I think this is like a very interesting dynamic because I was very frustrated watching him. Last night, I think he had probably one of his worst games as a Jacket. I'm not trying to mince words here, but he has overall been a positive this year. He's a younger player. He's a guy that obviously they want to develop. I'm just trying to figure out, like you said, that balance, right? Where I don't think it's great to let your young guys never experience adversity. I also can understand, though, Jackets fans last night going, man, not just Connor McDavid put him in a blender. That play could happen to anyone in the NHL. But he had other moments last night where you say, man, he wasn't having his best game. He's out there late in that third period and is one of the reasons why the puck got to an Edmonton player who was able to bury it. I think that's a tough thing for the Jackets to figure out right now is how do you develop these guys, but also you got to win some games.
Yeah, I'm in the camp of you have to let the players play because look at some of the other teams right now in the NHL. The Montreal Canadiens, really young roster, and they're starting to take off. The Ducks, really young roster, they're starting to take off. The Chicago Blackhawks, young roster, they're starting to take off and play better. I get that it's frustrating, and you're right. Dent Matejchuk was the guy who had the puck trickle off of his stick, goes to the Oilers, and they somehow have a pass ramp off of Matthew Olivier's stick up under the crossbar, and that ties the game. It's unbelievable, right? And that's a basic play right there that Matejchuk, the Blue Jackets, are usually able to make, but he's getting back pressure along the wall, and the puck gets pried loose. I don't know. The Blue Jackets did such a good job exiting the zone. That's the most basic thing for a defenseman. Just get the puck out of the zone. And for whatever reason, the Blue Jackets couldn't do it right there. And it's not just Matejchuk where Zach Werenski's behind the net, and he kind of puts Matejchuk in that position, right?
Yeah, had him on his backhand, which is not necessarily the easiest spot there, right?
Yeah, and Zach is usually a guy that makes smart plays with the puck, doesn't put guys in positions like that. And I'm not putting it on Zach by any means, but it's just that whatever it is in those situations, it's just not rolling the Blue Jackets' way right now. But going back to your original question, I think you just have to let the players play. It is what it is. Like, these are going to be your horses down the stretch. Matejchuk is going to be a very good player for this team, so you have to allow him to play in situations like this. Otherwise, what are you going to do? Get to the first round of the playoffs and say, "Hey, you're out there, man." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, put him in the fire at that point is exactly not what you want to do either.
Yeah, it's just it's a tough thing to kind of surmise right now. It's almost unbelievable what's going on.
Yeah.
Have you lowered your expectations this season so far?
No, I haven't lowered my expectations whatsoever.
Well, Dylan over there has.
Dylan. No, I haven't lowered my expectations because while I talk about the NHL being a sprinting marathon, it's still a marathon, right? Mm-hmm. Like we saw the Blue Jackets go cold at times last season, and we saw the Blue Jackets get hot at times last season. Listen, you want to get at least 4 points out of a 4-game road trip like this, but a win tonight gets the Blue Jackets 3 out of a possible 8 points. It's an easier pill to swallow that way, but you got to start treading water at some point. And I talked with you guys before that this road trip was going to be critical for that. The Blue Jackets wanted to create separation. Now they're trying to stay alive a little bit. It's still early, so I've still got plenty of faith. And the Blue Jackets, 2 of these losses, they've played very well. Like, they played a great game last night against the Oilers, so I still got plenty of faith.
Yeah, and honestly, if they get one of those 2 between Calgary and Vancouver, we're not feeling, you know what I mean? Like,
you're feeling good about things.
Yeah, you're less concerned about, man, you gave one away late against the team that's the 2-time defending Western Conference champion. Like, that in their barn, that's not exactly like the worst thing to do. It's just when you've already lost the couple and the Islanders game before that. Yeah, tonight's a big one. So hopefully they can get it done on the road. We appreciate it, Dylan. Thanks for coming in today.
Of course. How was your guys' Taco Bell, the Baja Blast pie?
I liked it. Tyvis was less enthused.
All right.
Not a fan. I wish we would have had a piece out for you. We were thawing it out when you were here last time.
You didn't want that, trust me. Yeah, I knew it was bad when Dylan didn't finish.
I literally couldn't stomach it.
All right. That's when I know. That's when I know. If Dylan's not doing it, then I don't think it's good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm blessed with intestinal fortitude. What can I say?
I think they said that the station was split. Some people liked it, some people, because he left it out there for other people to try it. And I think Cole
liked it.
Cole said he had no issue with it.
Yeah.
I don't know who else tried it. Did King try it?
Yeah, King took he didn't try because he didn't know what it was. He didn't know what it tasted like.
He's too clean cut to eat something like that.
His body's a temple. Something like that. All right, Dylan, we'll do it again soon, all right?
All right, thanks
for
guys.
coming in this morning. Joe Burrow back at practice for the Bengals. He had thoughts on what the Bengals can still do this season. You'll hear from him in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are closely monitoring a crash in our South Columbus area. It's happening on 71, that northbound direction as you're heading towards the city, just passing Frank Road. The right shoulder currently blocked out there. Not really seeing any delays associated with this incident. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, it's D. Miller. Guys, you know you feel it. Something's off. It's not just signs of aging. It's your energy slipping away. It could be low testosterone draining all the things that make you you. The solution? Testosterone replacement therapy at Synergenics and Low T Center. They use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone to increase your level that is just right for you. They are one of the only providers that accept most major insurance. They make it affordable and easy for you to start and stay on treatment. Synergenics and Low T Center have clinics conveniently located around town. You can be treated in the clinic or receive at-home treatment. Either way, it all starts with a simple and quick free test at the center. With on-site labs, you'll get your results in about 20 minutes. For a limited time, visit any Synergenics or Low T Center for a free hormone consultation and a free T-test, and automatically enter for a chance to win either autographed sports memorabilia or even a pair of tickets to a major sporting event in town. Book your appointment now at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com.
This sports report is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be located in Ohio.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Both of these men love the Browns. Also, both of these men hate the Browns. If you know, you know. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
As always, you can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. You can also hop in the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. So the news coming down yesterday from Cincinnati. Good news for Bengals fans. Joe Burrow is back in the building. I saw a video of him walking into their indoor facility, which they finally have after all those years of having just an outdoor practice field. Now they have that like bubble down there right next to the stadium. But saw him walking into the airlock of that. And, you know, wasn't walking with a visible limp. He had his uniform on. He had cleats on, shorts, looked like a guy who would be participating in practice. Now, he is still on the IR, and I'm trying to figure out exactly, I don't have the exact date on when he can come back. I feel like it's still a few weeks away, though, right? At least, I want to say 3 more weeks before he can come back.
Yeah, they opened a 21-day window, and they have to make a decision. Once that 21 days is up, they either have to decide to keep him on IR for the rest of the year or let him play.
Can they bring him back before the 21 days, though, is my question.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's in that window.
They wanted to say you activated today. Yeah, they're good to do that.
All right.
They got 21 days to make that decision.
So
don't worry, because you'll see number 4 get that same thing soon. and the world's going to go into a blaze.
Deshaun Watson? Yeah.
Right before rest up time. Here comes number 4.
Oh, God. All right. So here is Joe Burrow. He was being asked about just like the division as a whole and what he thought could happen if the Bengals were to be able to turn things around. Here's what Joe Burrow said on if the Bengals are a playoff team.
Yeah, our division is wide open. I think Pittsburgh's 5-4 at this point. We play them this week. So, everything is still there in front of us. Very rare that our division looks like this, but it does this year. And so, I think we'll be at least in it until the end.
He was playing your favorite game, Tyvis, which is
the schedule. Yeah.
What I heard there was normally the AFC North is really good, but this year it sucks. So why not us?
He's not wrong.
Well, they got an uphill battle because I think they'll beat Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. It's going to be kind of hard. Actually, Pittsburgh might win because it's in Pittsburgh. So that might be difficult. But then they got they got the Patriots, then Baltimore, then the Bills, then Baltimore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They might be out of it before he comes back. They might be out of it before Thanksgiving.
Well, that's the other thing is he was asked when would be the time that he would come back. They do play on Thanksgiving, and he spoke about that.
Would it be to, given your history in Baltimore, being a division game, to come back for that game?
Very.
Is that your target?
We'll see. We'll see how these next couple weeks go.
He can't answer that.
Very, very meaningful was the quote. Would it be meaningful you to play in that game is what he was asked.
It's very, I'm a little worried about that. Not going to lie. I'm
Worried about what?
About him coming back too early. We just seen Darius Garland get hurt last night for the Cavs, and he had to go out of the game because maybe he came back too early. And I think it might have been turf toe as well. And he had his surgery right after the season, and he still was messed up. So when I seen Darius go down last night, it just kind of made me nervous about Joe trying to come back. I don't want him to come back too early because if he comes back early, you're just going to mess yourself up again.
Well, that is, certainly I can understand why a Bengals fan would look at that and say, give me Joe Burrow because he gives us the best chance to win. But I feel like it was Mina Kimes yesterday. One of the NFL, countdown people from Monday Night Football were basically bringing up like, yeah, that's great. Is he playing safety? Like, what position is he playing? Because that's not – the issue has not been there. If you just took the names away, forgetting who the quarterback's names are, if you just looked at the quarterback play they've been getting from Joe Flacco, it's not Joe Burrow levels. I don't think it'll be there consistently, but there have certainly been multiple games where Joe Flacco has done more than enough to help this team win, and the Bengals defense just lets them down. Case in point was their last outing. So if Joe Burrow comes back and plays at an MVP level – is that if he's giving you 4 or 5 touchdowns worth of value every single time out, is that enough for you to beat most of these teams when your defense just flat out does not seem to stop anyone?
I'm curious to see how they come out of this bye week because you would think that you would hope that they made some type of change or something, but I don't think they did anything different from the defense. Are they just saying like we need an extra week to learn some more stuff? I'm just curious to see what they do against Pittsburgh because that's a shame. Like, you had that game won and y'all blew it off from some poor tackling. They should spend their entire offseason just going over fundamentals of football again because I think that's what they lack the most.
Yeah.
To echo some of your points, Tyvis, this story should be a bigger deal than what it is. But because they blew those 2 games before the bye week, they're in a totally different position. What are they, 3-6? They easily could be 5-4, headed into the bye week, headed into the division game.
Before they'd be tied for first place.
Yeah. And we have Joe Burrow coming back on the horizon. I know you're saying, Tebow, that's their defense that's bad, but to a point that Tyvis makes all the time, Joe Flacco only has a certain amount of good games in him. And I'm sure it's running out pretty soon. So having Joe Burrow come back, let's say around Thanksgiving, would have been great for them to have if they would have not blown those 2 games that they had no business losing. Like Tyvis said, they're all of a sudden in first place, coming out of the bye week. You got Joe Burrow coming back, and you got life despite your continuance of terrible starts and being injury prone. You have hope. But now, what I hope for Joe Burrow's sake is that they lose these next 2 games and then they just bring him back next season. Because like Tyvis said, if he comes back and they only have 3 wins and he gets hurt again, that's lose-lose situation.
Well, right. The Bengals, for a variety of reasons, right? Part of it being Joe Burrow getting hurt, they've lost 6 of their last 7. Like, as much as we want to talk about them being in these games or the offenses look good, I know Joe Flacco is not going to give you another month of the type of performances he's given you, right? That would be totally out of the question. That doesn't make any sense that would happen. I'm just saying to this point, like, it kind of to me doesn't matter who plays quarterback because unless that quarterback is able to help you get 55 points a game. Like, I don't know what the number has to be for you as a Bengals fan to say, oh, yeah, now our defense could probably hold that lead because there's nothing that I've seen from this Bengals defense. The last 4 games, they've given up over 30 points. Or over 30 points. I'm sorry. I don't understand how this Bengals defense can even look themselves in the mirror. I don't understand how this coaching staff, ownership group can look themselves in the mirror and say, we did nothing other than change the defensive coordinator this offseason to fix this defense, and now we've thrown away yet another season in Joe Burrow's prime where he is trying to fight his way back We're giving that away because we couldn't fix the defense when you have an offense that you know is great. It's coaching malpractice. It might be front office malpractice too, but I just don't understand any of this situation with the Bengals and how they have allowed themselves to be in this position that they're in. Other than, an injury to Joe Burrow you can't control, but your defense should have been able to get you at least a couple wins while he's been out, and that would have kept you at 500.
They thought. I think what happened is they fell into the narrative that the offense is more important than the defense, and they seen how far just having Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins took them. Obviously, it took them all the way to the Super Bowl, and even then, that defense that they had was like the most underrated story because that defense was playing really well. Lou had them doing some things on tape that was just like mind-blowing to teams. They couldn't figure out what Cincinnati was doing. And every year from that Super Bowl, they kept losing somebody from the defense. It was Vaughn, then Jesse, then Eli, then it was just always somebody every year that they was like, yeah, we're not going to pay him. We're going to let him walk. And I remember talking to Vaughn after Vaughn left. And I was like, Vaughn, you really went to Carolina? And his story was, well, I really wanted to stay, but they just wouldn't pay me. And I was like, well, Vaughn, they got to – this was before they signed Joe Burrow. I'm like, Vaughn, they got to save money to pay Joe Burrow. He said, I understand that, but, like, we also play really good defense, and like they gonna find out you can't win without defense. And sure enough, here we are, where they can't really win games without the defense, and it's sad. And the real reason that they in this situation is not only that they let some veteran players go, but the players that they drafted to replace them, they didn't hit on those guys.
No.
Like they're not the guys that they thought they would be. Like Cam Taylor-Britt, Dax Hill. Whoever else, I think they got some safety too, or maybe Dax Hill is the safety, somebody. But like all of those guys that they thought would come in and be able to pick up where those veterans left off at, they haven't hit, and that's why they're in this situation.
By the way, which team just went in on the trade deadline in the AFC, not far from Cincinnati, and said defense needs an upgrade? Let's go out and get one of the best corners we can find. Which team? The team that
the
is
Colts?
Yeah. The Indianapolis Colts are the team that made the upgrades to their defense.
You know how I feel about Sauce.
That's fine. Yeah. Well, how do you feel about Sauce?
Hey, he's okay.
Okay, but they went out and got players. By the way, who's their defensive coordinator now? It's Lou Anarumo is there. Like, what I'm saying is the Bengals coaching staff, as much as Lou Anarumo wasn't working there and that Bengals defense was a problem, you can make the argument they chose players over coach. And instead of as far as we need to fix the coaching staff, we're going to keep the players we have. So let's go change this coach. That'll fix the problems. The answer 9 times out of 10 in the NFL is you need the players. And yes, you need good coaching, but I think he's a fine defensive coordinator. It's the fact that, like you said,
Lou or Al Golden?
Lou Anarumo. You got rid of him because you said we're not going to upgrade the roster defensively. We're going to just change the coach there and try to fix it that way. And I'm saying, look at the Colts defense compared to the Bengals defense. They've got guys. They've got players.
They used Lou as the scapegoat last year, and I knew that was wrong. I knew they shouldn't have did that, but that's what they had to do. And all this is going to do is make it more – because I know everybody got their feelings about Zach Taylor, and I hear it, but as a play caller, he's doing his part. Like he's truly doing his part as a player. Maybe he's just an OC. Maybe
it's the same kind of issue I have with Kevin Stefanski. Where
Kevin lost his fastball.
Well,
to me, when it comes to play calling and all that, he's not the same that he once was.
But again, like offensively, let's be clear. Like, do I think that Kevin Stefanski, Zach Taylor, these guys don't know how to coach football? No. I do think the difference on why those two offenses look so different over the last few years is that one of them had Joe Burrow on it. One of them has the equivalent of the Bengals defense on offense. That's what the Browns have. Essentially, they just have parts and pieces. They don't have guys. They don't have dudes. And now you go look at that Colts team where they have offense loaded with studs, defense loaded with studs. I have my questions about whether or not all of what you're seeing from the Colts is for real, but you can't deny the fact they're winning games they should. You can't say that for the Bengals right now. Can't say that for the Browns right now because they didn't put enough investment in the roster. They put it on a few guys and said everybody else you just have to do. And that's where my issue is you don't have the players. To be fair to those coaches, right, to Lou Anarumo and even to Kevin Stefanski and Zach Taylor.
I blame.
These teams have not put enough investment in the players across the board like the Colts have. And now I just saw Lou Anarumo's name come up. Who could replace Brian Daboll in New York? I just saw his name as one of the guys.
They're out to lunch. That's not
sure,
happening.
but I'm saying like that's how quickly his image is rehabbed from being with this Colts team for, whatever it's been, 10, 11 games. So
I blame the Chiefs for the reason that the Bengals are like this, because the Chiefs was very successful. They had a bunch of offense and Patty and all of those things in the pass and attack. And I feel like the Bengals looked at that. Even though they had beat them, they probably looked at that and said, oh, we can do that same thing. All we need is the quarterback and some receivers.
But their defense was better than whatever the Bengals are putting out there.
And I feel like what people don't realize about the Chiefs is the Chiefs' defense is very underrated. They do a really good job of disguising things. They got key players in certain spots. Like on defense, to me, if you're going to have a defense, you have to have a great pass rusher and you have to have a great cover corner. Like you have to have those two things. And the Chiefs have that. They got Trent McDuffie and they got Chris Jones like that. So that they can get away with all the other stuff because they got the two most important things.
And they've got a dude at defensive coordinator, too.
That, too.
That matters, too, right?
But I'm just saying, like, as far as players go, like, that's what the Bengals need to get them they got the premier pass rusher. They don't have the corner. They get them, they probably won't have the premier pass rusher after this season.
Also, the Chiefs draft well to the point that you made earlier.
Yeah, so
and they draft well picking in the late 20s and the 30s. The Bengals picked Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase at 1 and 4 or 1 and 5 or something like that. Those picks are easy to hit on. It's after that you need to start hitting on once you're, a playoff team and you need to hit on players later in the first round to replace players that leave in free agency. And the Bengals do not have the ability to do that.
Think about this. Last thing. Think about this. Shamar Stewart is going to be the replacement for Trey Hendrickson.
Good luck with all that.
I haven't seen Shamar Stewart the whole year.
No one has. He's MIA. He's MIA, even though he's in CIN. He's MIA. LSU, really stupid. We'll tell you why next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Checking in on some commutes throughout the metro this morning, starting over on our north side for folks in Powell and Worthington. If you are stepping out the door, the main concern is going to be 23 in that northbound direction, looking at 38 miles per hour closer to Mount Ayr this morning. Not too bad, but could be a lot better for a Tuesday morning commute out there. Lastly, much better news if you're taking a southbound drive time this morning. 71 South Frank Road at 270 will only take you 2 minutes on this Tuesday morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Following Radio Theater is brought to you by Columbus Men's Clinic.
Hey, Dad, you want to play football?
No, buddy.
All right.
Pops, want to work out?
Maybe later.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tomorrow?
You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you have symptoms of ED and low T, your family, friends, and even your career has already been affected. Book your discreet evaluation at Columbus Men's Clinic and turn your tomorrows into
today.
Yes! Touchdown!
Come on, one more, Dad.
Today!
Push, Dad. One more. Come on, push.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tonight.
Call 614-300-7400 or book now in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, for every man in every season of life.
Hey Columbus, keep your business running smooth with the Door Company of Ohio. Experts in commercial doors and repairs. Call us at 614-338-1414. The Door Company of Ohio. Your doors, our service.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully, with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab, just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Is there anything better than a college football Saturday? Not if you're at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Join the fan for watch parties for the games this season. Oh, you got to check out the display case of amazing autographed prizes you can win. It's beautiful. 2 massive TV walls to watch the national champs. Watch and place wagers with over 30 kiosks. Contests, prizes, and live shows. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
There was never a doubt. The defending champion with a successful title defense at the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday.
Commemorate the magic of the season and the 50th anniversary of the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday. Tickets are now on sale for the 2026 tournament. When you purchase by November 14th, you will receive a special edition ornament and enjoy best pricing. Visit memorialtickets.com for more details.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news, we're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis Powell is a legendary Buckeye. T-Bone loves to eat Buckeyes. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Lots to get to today still. We have got a player in pro sports getting threatened by the commissioner. I will tell you about that at 8 o'clock. But this story from LSU is insane to me, okay? So LSU fired Brian Kelly. We know that. Brian Kelly, bad. He gets fired from LSU. His family had to figure out how to navigate, not having their dad not having a job anymore. He's entitled to $54 million is his buyout from LSU, right? And everybody at the time said, man, I don't know if LSU is going to pay $54 million as much as they're a big-time program. I'm sure they can find the money. $54 million is a massive buyout for Brian Kelly. Well, they fired him, so they're going to pay it, right? Except, no. Apparently, in this whole turmoil that's been going on there at LSU, where the governor stepped in, the athletic director stepped down, now they're going to try to find a new head coach. They apparently have been fighting with Brian Kelly behind the scenes because Brian Kelly said, I'd like my full buyout of $54 million. And LSU said, but what if we didn't pay you that? What if we, because the way it's structured is he's owed. Because it's stupid.
Could you imagine owing somebody $54 million and say, you know what, we talked about it in the back. How about this?
How about less?
How about we give you less?
Right. And and everything in the contract says you're owed $54 million.
Who in their right mind would say, you know what, you're right. I'll just take 30.
So what the Twitterverse seems to believe is that they will try to enact some morality clause, and they're basically like, hey, we could either air your dirty laundry or you could just take less money.
Well,
You know what I say?
Here's the thing.
Air it. Give me my $54 million when you air
Yeah,
it. Too.
right. By all means, I'll put the billboard up with whatever you want to put out there.
And you know what? I go in there and I like
$54 million.
the tweet. I like the tweet. You put it on Twitter, I like it. And I retweet it for you.
So, to what Dylan's talking about, here's what the negotiations have been. LSU originally came to him and said, "What if we gave you $20 million, but instead of paying you in installments like your $54 million, he gets like I think it's $700,000 or $800,000 a month from now until 2031, which any of us would take." But LSU said, "What if we gave you $20 million up front, and then that's like basically the payment, but you get it all at once.
I
You
would,
don't have to wait."
I would ask them, are they on some type of narcotic?
Well, fair enough. Fair enough. But, like this is, you hear about lottery winners doing this, right? Where like, if you take the full amount of the lottery.
You definitely take the lump sum every time.
Well, that's what they're basically, LSU is saying, why don't you take the lump sum and not wait for us to give you the annuity payment all the way for the next 5 years? Less money, but more up front, and it's all in your pocket today. He said, I'm open to something like that, but that's not high enough. They came back and said, well, what about $31 million? We'll give you $31 million, most of it up front. He said, again, that number's not high enough.
45, and that's my final offer.
Okay.
That's what I would. If I was him, I'd say, you want to offer me something? 45 or 44.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
I'm nothing less.
They were screwing around with this for the last couple of weeks. So his team, his lawyers said 5 p.m. November 10th, which obviously was yesterday. That's the deadline for your best offer. LSU, that is when they have now come out and said, this morning, the news is they said, we actually never terminated you. We never fired you. So now we're going to officially fire you for cause. And so that's where Dylan's, like you were saying, their point of, we've got some cause. Well, no, because if they fire him for cause,
they're not going to fire him for
they're going to argue that there was cause and they were willing to settle with him.
I love to hear
But
it.
because he wasn't willing to settle, they're going to go fight this out in court and say, we fired you for cause and you're not owed any of this buyout.
I would love to know what that cause
well,
is.
At the very
for not
least,
being good at my job.
Doesn't this give you pause, though, if you're the next LSU coach, to say, this is how it's going to go? The governor, Foghorn Leghorn's going to get involved. We got I do declare, I will not pay his buyout, I swear. Like, I don't understand what we're doing here at LSU. You are one of the biggest premier jobs out there. You could go possibly get the best coaches available. I don't know that I would want to touch this job.
Yeah, right.
If I'm Lane Kiffin or one of those guys, no, because, I get this huge amount of money.
I might say, today slide that paper in front of you with them zeros on it, and then a couple commas in it.
But if it doesn't go well for me, they're going to go try to gin up some, secret affair I had or some illegal business dealings. I'm saying, this doesn't seem like they're playing on the level.
Well, what happened is you see what's going on, so you and your agent would get together and you draw up the contract and say, yeah, make sure that I'm protected in all rights. So, if anything, LSU showing their hand for the next coach to be like, I seen how you did him, so put this in my contract that this, because we ain't going through this.
Yeah, it's not looking good for LSU. Now, I'm sure they will find their way through it, and they will probably get some settlement out of this eventually in court. But what a mess. What a stupid school. LSU just seems
Pay the man.
The cause that he gets fired for should be having a terrible Southern accent.
Right. That alone.
I'm here with my family.
Yeah, that alone should be reason for that firing. What if I told you one of the more famous players in pro sports was threatened with ending up in a ditch by the commissioner's office? You will hear about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Checking in on some commutes throughout the metro this morning, starting over on our north side for folks in Powell and Worthington. If you are stepping out the door, the main concern is going to be 23 in that northbound direction, looking at 38 miles per hour closer to Mount Air this morning. Not too bad, but could be a lot better for a Tuesday morning commute out there. Lastly, much better news if you're taking a southbound drive time this morning. 71 South Frank Road at 270 will only take you 2 minutes on this Tuesday morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we helped Tom.
Hi, my name's Tom. I've been a patient at Tri-State Men's Health, and I'm being treated for low testosterone. I didn't really notice the issue of just the energy and feeling slow in the middle of the day and waking up feeling as if I hadn't even gone to bed. When I walked into Tri-State Men's Health, I was extremely impressed from the get-go with the results of the treatment. I wake up in the morning now with clarity. I have had more energy in working out. I definitely have increased my strength. I would say that if there are men out there who experience some of the same problems that I did with inability to sleep well and waking up without feeling refreshed and having your energy flagging throughout the day, go see Tri-State Men's Health. It's changed my life and it'll change yours too.
Thanks, Tom. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Bills piling up? CME can help you wrap up your debt into one simple, manageable signature loan with rates starting as low as 8.75% APR. Let CME help you unwrap peace of mind. APR from 8.75%. Terms and eligibility apply. Visit CMEFCU.org.
Your game day headquarters is here at ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus, the only place to watch and win. Catch every play on more than 30 TVs and over 50 feet of video wall. Score tickets, sign professional and college sports memorabilia, and pen cash prizes. Join the watch parties for every home team game with a tailgate buffet and bucket specials. Plus, get official game day swag with every table reservation. Game day lives here, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and I'm a big believer in saying thank you when something actually works. So thank you, Awaken 180. And they're actually saying thank you back right here in Ohio with $500 off every new program through Thanksgiving. I started around this time last year, dropped 65 pounds for the holidays and 15 more in free maintenance. Awaken 180 works, and now's the time to do it with $500 off. Thank your new self when you're 30 or 80 pounds lighter with the medication-free solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps. This season at Kroger, make the moments that matter possible with quality that's affordable in every aisle. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Right now, USDA Choice Boneless Beef Chuck Roasts or Steaks are only $5.99 a pound in the value pack with your digital coupon. Limit 5. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Getting cold feet? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Philadelphia Eagles went into Green Bay last night for Monday Night Football. After Philly scored 10 unanswered points in the second half, Green Bay would get on the board with a Josh Jacobs TD late in the fourth. Green Bay's kicker Brandon McManus had a chance to tie the game with the 64-yard field goal, but missed as Philly escaped Green Bay with a 10-7 victory. The Columbus Blue Jackets continued their trip through Western Canada. Last night they were in Edmonton. The Blue Jackets were up 2 goals with just over 4 minutes left in the game, but couldn't hold on to the lead, eventually losing 5-4 in overtime. The Cleveland Cavaliers also lost in OT last night. Miami beat them 140-138. This update was sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy lower rates than the national average, plus a special rate on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card.
Your home for football, food, and fun. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
By the way, tonight, second college football playoff rankings are going to be out. Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice will break it down live at 7 p.m. on the Fans YouTube channel. Where will the Buckeyes be? Who else is around them? Are they still number one? Find out tonight at 7. Special guests throughout the show, only on the Fans YouTube channel. If you haven't gone to the Fans YouTube channel, you should. You could subscribe to it. You could like the videos. You could like the channel. And you can check out our YouTube chat every morning right here, where all of our famous chatters are in there. Downtown Dad is in there this morning. He liked my governor of Louisiana voice. The I do declare. Just break that out more often.
T-Bone, I got a crisis. Well, it's not a crisis.
What's your crisis?
I'm in a situation and I need your advice.
Okay.
But I need an unbiased advice from you.
Well, that's not going to happen. I am very biased on everything.
Dylan, I need your unbiased advice on this. So I ate my oatmeal, but I'm still a little hungry. What should I do? Well, should I just ride it out to lunch? Because lunch, I'll eat lunch at like 1. I got to work out today. So I will eat lunch at like maybe 2 o'clock. Do I ride it out for 6 hours?
Why? Why torture yourself?
Well, because, I am in the phase of losing weight, which I got on my Peloton last night, and I PR'd again, did a 30-minute workout, PR'd. Like my personal record was like 346. I was at like 510 or something like that.
What were you listening to?
Well, they had a bunch of different songs on there, but they put that "Burn" by Meek Mill and Big Sean on. I about broke the bike. I about broke the bike. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Are you more of a Meek Mill guy or a Big Sean guy?
Big Sean is my favorite artist.
Oh, okay.
Between him and J. Cole.
I didn't know that.
That's like my favorite artist. Now, overall, like if I had to pick one artist, I had to be either Lil Wayne or Tupac. But for the past, I'd say 10 years or so, it's been J. Cole and Big Sean.
That's why I quoted Big Sean earlier. Tyvis.
I didn't know
Big fan.
Okay. See, I didn't know. I'm learning this. This is good. Well, in either case, I'm glad you're trying to do the right thing. You know what my advice would be. Hit a gas station, feel better.
No, well, I can't.
The Oasis is
the hardest thing is,
I
can't stop on my way.
Well, you got to get up to Cleveland by 11, right, to do your Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.
All right, here's what we'll do. You order the food. I'll send you the money for it.
Wait, are you saying you'll buy him breakfast, but he's going to order it?
Yes.
Why can't you order it?
Because
his wife's scoping out his Uber Eats. You can't. Why does he have to order? You order it this time, Dylan.
Because I have no self-discipline. I don't have apps like that on my phone. Like DoorDash, Uber Eats. Yes. Yes, I would use them. I have no self-discipline, but I'm also very self-aware.
What's a healthy breakfast item that you could order?
Double bacon croissant. It's got everything you want. It's got protein. It's got some carbs in there. It's great. You'll be fine. You're lifting weights anyway. You need the protein.
Yeah, you're gonna work out, so you can eat what you want. Are you doing legs today?
Children.
No, I can't because I'm playing basketball tonight, so I can't do legs.
I will order food for the show in the break. If you all would just let Daddy finish what he's doing here, and then I will order your food. All right, you guys stop fighting over this.
I need a healthy breakfast item.
I'll fix you right up. There's a place called Cinnabon. They've got some healthy options. You will feel so much better. Just the middle, Tyvis. You just need the middle. You don't need the whole thing.
I vote Chick-fil-A. You could just get him a fruit cup.
Hey, there we go. Fruit cup from Chick-fil-A. That's healthy for you. Dylan and I will get 2 breakfast burritos apiece and call it a day. Perfect. All right. So this is where Major League Baseball keeps they just find good ways to get in the news, don't they? You got the Clase Ortiz scandal going on, right?
Where they limited prop bets yesterday. $200 MLB, $200 a bet.
Right. Those guys getting, not just busted by Major League Baseball, but like the feds now have them on the radar for possibly 65 years in jail. Not great for Major League Baseball. Then, like
Ortiz
you said,
is not going to jail.
Fine.
Federal prison.
Right.
Class A, he gone.
Class A, it seems
Ortiz
like could be
is
bad.
Gonna be, he going to do a couple years. He going to do about 2 years and be out.
When I have sports gambling, like you said, that Major League Baseball, that they worked that out with the gambling houses to say we're not allowing prop bets of over $200 on these things to try to prevent issues like that from occurring, which is an insane thing to even think that you'd have to tell Major League Baseball players who are making minimum $600,000 a year, but many of them making tens of millions of dollars a year.
Class A was making $12 million this year. I think next year he would have made $26 million. I want to say
boggles the mind that those guys would risk their entire, let alone like their entire career, like the money they're making. They're risking all of that for 12 grand. 15 grand, 20 grand, something like that is about what those guys made on that betting. Anyway,
going back to the limit on the player prop, though, I thought that was a very appropriate response. I thought that they were going to go overboard and just completely get rid of all of it. $200 is a fair number. If you're betting more than $200 on a player prop, you need to call the number anyway.
Well, don't get me wrong. Like, I agree with you that it's nice that it still exists, but my point here is that the fact Major League Baseball even had to consider doing this shows you how big of a problem it is for their sport. Well, now here's this story. This comes from a few months ago. You'll remember Bryce Harper was talking with Rob Manfred. Rob Manfred had visited the Phillies clubhouse and basically said, hey, I want to talk to you guys about some possibilities of, down the road, we got to get a new contract hammered out, got to get something worked out between Major League Baseball owners and the players. And he was laying out some of the things he wanted to see. And one of the things he brought up was a salary cap, which, of course, the players are very much against. And Bryce Harper is a prominent voice in the Players Association. He is very much against it as well. So that's where you probably heard this reported. He stood up and told the commissioner he can go F himself, basically, and said, no chance are we discussing that.
Not basically, that's what he said.
Yeah, well... So this is from a podcast called Agent Provocateur Podcast. This is where they have sports agents on. They interview them. They talk about sports stories that are heard behind the scenes. This is not a Major League. Well, he has mostly NHL clients. His name is Alan Walsh. He is a sports agent. He is not a reporter. The voice you're going to hear is him telling this story and telling a yet to be reported detail about that interaction that includes what happened after Bryce Harper told the commissioner off.
If you're going to stand up here and talk about a salary cap in my clubhouse directly to the commissioner in front of the entire team, get the out of here. Manfred was stunned, but responded, I am not getting the out of here. I'm going to continue talking and saying what I'm saying. Someone with Manfred, not Manfred, but somebody with him said to Harper, don't ever say that again to the commissioner. Don't ever disrespect him again publicly like that. That's how people end up in a ditch. And that was never reported.
Wild, if true.
He tapped in.
If true.
He got mob ties.
I'm about to say he tapped in. he with them people. You better watch yourself.
I listen. I can fully understand. Like when I saw that story about Bryce Harper initially, I thought, all right, Bryce Harper doesn't like this. I get it's in your clubhouse. I get all of that. Rob Manfred is one of the most unlikable sports commissioners that has ever existed, right?
Unless it's in this producer studio, he's very much liked.
Okay, great. Good to know.
He's an apologist.
I'm glad you love him. That's fine. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, I understand the players not liking him, but I did think at the time, Bryce Harper, you're a grown man. There are better ways to handle that than to go say, get the F out of my clubhouse. Like, go talk to him. Go, like, have a discussion and say, that's a non-starter for us as a Players Association. All well and good. But whatever, Bryce Harper's in the moment. He's, got his mohawk and his,
Is Bryce Harper like the president of the Players?
I don't know if he is or not. I honestly don't. I should probably know that. But either way, he's a prominent voice in the Players Association, right? But, like, whatever Bryce Harper said, I don't care if Bryce Harper took his pants down and said horrible things to the commissioner. Like, what you don't do as the commissioner's office, if that's true, what this agent Alan Walsh said, no one from the commissioner's office should walk up to one of your star players in the league and say, don't ever talk like that to the commissioner. That's how people end up in a ditch. Like, that just what is the phrase? Escalation? Upping the, what's the?
Up the blick?
Up the blick. You don't up the blick like that. That's what I'm trying to say. There's no need to up the blick to that level.
He take
What
it
are we doing?
You can't say nothing like that to nobody and then like just walk away and that's just it. Like that's if once it's up there, it's stuck there.
Well, I mean, if this is now again, I'm surprised if this is true. To be fair, maybe this is not true. Maybe the commissioners, this didn't happen because I'm surprised.
Them people.
How did the first part get reported, but not the second part? You know what I mean? Like, how would Bryce Harper not immediately have gone to one of the friendly reporters that he knows and said, "You're not going to believe what the commissioner said to me after I did that." That's a very weird thing. But if that's true at all, Major League Baseball, who is in charge of your game? That's insane. If that's what's happening. Well, it doesn't look good when you have gambling scandals all the time, and now you have the commissioner going, "You want to swim with the fishies?" Like that's. I've seen this show. It's called The Sopranos.
I got to finish the last season of that.
Rob Manfred also runs a strip club off the Jersey Turnpike. That's just like that's where we're at now. This is apparently the sport. This is Major League Baseball. But they have a pitch clock, and maybe they'll have a salary cap eventually. We'll find out. Could the Big Ten be breaking up? We'll give you details on that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday. Well, folks, noticing some major slowdowns if you live over on the west side and especially over by Grandview Heights. A big crash out there, 670 eastbound as you're passing 70. The left lane currently blocked out there, down to 14 miles per hour for your travel times. As I mentioned, looking at our traffic cam, bumper to bumper traffic this morning. The road is open, just a little restricted for your Tuesday. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, we've got a problem at Pella.
I like where this is going.
Because of Pella's reputation and quality, a lot of folks assume that we're out of budget.
Oh, I hate hearing.
But we've actually got 5 awesome window lines that fit any budget, from the $300,000 to the $3 million home, and far from the most expensive.
So you actually don't have a problem. Awesome.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rated the leading window brand at PellaColumbus.com.
Get Eco.
Aaron, an HVAC system is exactly like a car.
Except for it doesn't have tires, brakes, turn signal, a steering wheel, or a speedometer.
Yeah, but other than that, they're exactly alike.
Get Eco.
Why do we change the oil on a car?
So it works better and lives longer.
Why do we do regular maintenance on an air conditioning system?
So it works better and lives longer. Okay, now I see your point.
We replace tires and brakes to keep everyone safe, and we inspect furnaces to keep everyone safe.
Get Eco.
But you cannot get EcoFi Advantage for your car.
For just $28 a month, EcoFi Advantage covers all 3 systems.
Plumbing, electrical, and HVAC.
Get Eco.
Go to geteco.com and scroll down the page to where it says EcoFi Advantage. And make sure you watch the video of Aaron and me.
I don't think you're in that video, Jerry.
Get Eco.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
When you need a mini excavator or a not-so-mini excavator, lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. With the largest rental fleet and hardest working equipment experts in Columbus, we can help you take a big step toward a mini excavator in one of 17 different sizes, from 2,000 to 18,000-pound machines, with 6 to 24 feet of reach and 5 to 15 feet digging depth. Though in the most rental locations, and it's no wonder the Columbus builders who are building Columbus lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. Learn more at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hey, football fans, it's November in Ohio, and you know what that means. It's time to face that state up north in a battle to claim forgotten funds. Join us in the statewide challenge and visit com.ohio.gov/radio to help support Ohio's takedown of Michigan. The state with the most searches wins. Who knows? Unclaimed funds could help you buy a seat to the big game next year. Claim your money today at com.ohio.gov/radio.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
The following radio theater is brought to you by Columbus Men's Clinic.
Hey, Dad, you want to play football?
No, buddy.
All right.
Pops, want to work out?
Maybe later.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tomorrow?
You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you have symptoms of ED and low T, your family, friends, and even your career has already been affected. Book your discreet evaluation at Columbus Men's Clinic and turn your tomorrows into
today.
Yes! Touchdown!
Come on, one more, Dad.
Today!
Push, Dad. One more. Come on, push.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tonight.
Call 614-300-7400 or book now in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, for every man in every season of life.
Forrest Gump says he and Jenny went together like peas and carrots.
I gotta pay.
Well, the Buckeyes are the #1 team in the country, and the Fan is the #1 sports station in the country. Peas and carrots, baby. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A cold and breezy morning across central Ohio. Bundle up and take your time getting to work. Mostly cloudy with daytime highs in the upper 30s, but with windy weather feeling like we're in the 20s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
1, 2, 3. Here at the Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan. The only contraband hiding in Tyvis's butt cheeks is a Kit Kat bar. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
By the way, special time today, the Ryan Day press conference, usually Tuesdays at noon. Today, it's early. It's at 11 a.m. And we will, of course, have that for you right here on the Fan during Bishop and Friends. Unlike when we usually do where it's on during Rothman and Ice. So adjust your schedules accordingly. 11 a.m. Ryan Day press conference right here on the Fan. I'm sure he'll have plenty of things to say about UCLA and everything else going on with the Buckeyes. By the way, last night, little NBA thing, which Fish loves when we talk NBA, but I have to bring this up. Did you see Cade Cunningham's line from last night? Pistons guard, former Oklahoma State player, very good player. I'm a Cade Cunningham guy. I like Cade a lot. Did you see what he did last night?
I didn't see his full line. I seen on Stat News.
Give me that NBA
says
music.
That
yes.
The only players in NBA history with 40 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 5+ steals in a single game.
Yeah.
And it's a picture of Cade Cunningham and Michael Jordan.
Look at that.
That's it.
Bang. That is great company to be in. Cade Cunningham last night, he had 46 points. He had 12 rebounds, 11 assists, and 5 steals, like you said. Do you know how many shots he took to get his 46 points?
It doesn't say that on Stat News, but I'm not sure.
He took 45 shots. 45 shots to get 46 points. He made 14 of them. He was 14 of 45. He missed 31 shots. But the Pistons are 9-2. They won last night against the terrible Wizards in overtime, and he helped them win, technically, by scoring 46 points and having a triple-double. But that is a pathetic stat line. 45 shots? Come on.
It's okay when Kobe Bryant and Russell Westbrook do it.
I knew he was going to say that.
It's perfectly okay when they do it.
Just because Kobe took 50 shots to get 60 in his last game, that's fine. They won the game. Didn't they win the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, they won the game.
After they won 20 games the whole season. But
don't put.
Why you keep doing that?
Hang on. Don't put the internet's opinions on me, because I don't agree that it's good when Kobe would jack it up 50 times to get these points. I'm just saying, no, that's not good. I don't care who you are. I don't care unless now. How many did Kobe score in his final game?
60.
All right. If he scored 60 off of 45 shots, then I might have a little bit more understanding.
It was 50.
I'm about to say he shot 50.
Okay, fine. That's still not great. But we know why Kobe did that in his last game. It was his last game. He wanted to go out on top. But I'm just saying that's not
efficient, to say the least.
I'm saying I love Cade Cunningham, and that Pistons team I think can be very good. There is no way you win in the playoffs if you have your best player being that inefficient. So, all right.
I don't think any team in the East could win in the playoffs, but one of them has to.
Right. They all have such major flaws when you look at them. You're like, well, no, not them. No, not them. Cavs last night.
I can't believe
just
the Cavs.
Stupid.
Like that, the way they lost.
They won the game. Donovan Mitchell hits a three in the corner to tie it.
Shot.
Not to win it, but to tie it.
Turnaround corner trade.
0.4 seconds left on the clock, and they let a Heat player get loose under the basket.
Andrew Wiggins.
And it was Andrew Wiggins, former
Cavs.
Former
first round pick.
Yeah.
First pick of the draft.
And he did a Happy Gilmore, just tapped it in. Threw the ball right to the rim. He just tapped it in.
It wasn't no tap. I think he dunked that.
Well, whatever. Your point is, that's all you can do, though. He can put up a shot. No one could take a shot there.
DeAndre Hunter and Sam Merrill, they must have got confused
lost,
or something.
Lost.
They ended up setting a pick on Hunter, and I don't know if Merrill was supposed to see it, but he turned and looked at the ball and didn't even see Wiggins. I don't know.
All right. You can listen for more NBA talk on our podcast. Nobody cares. We'll do that once a week. You can go check that out. Could the Big Ten be breaking up? Well, so this private equity story, Tyvis, have you been following that at all? Like the Big Ten wants to
do the $2 billion. They want a private group want to give $2 billion or something like that.
It's funny because they're calling it private equity. The group that's actually wanting to invest is, I believe,
Saudi Arabia.
No, it's, believe it or not, it's the California University Retirement Fund.
I thought you was going to say the California Raisins.
Well, yeah, them too. Why not? The almonds. The almonds want to invest all the produce that's out there in California. Wants to the rutabagas, and I don't know what else is big. Asparagus. Yeah, they all want to.
Even the wineries.
The wineries, they all want to invest. No, it's the retirement for like all the educators and stuff in the California university system, and obviously they have a bunch of employees. Remember, like there's Cal, right? Like Cal Berkeley, but then there's also University of California, Los Angeles. That's UCLA.
Yeah.
Then you've got,
we're in LA. We're in LA.
Isn't it in Brentwood? Right?
That went over his head.
I probably sure did. It sure did. 100% right on that. No, but there's a million other schools, right? There's like all the UC Santa Barbara, UC all these different towns. Those are all part of the Cal system. So that retirement fund wants to invest in the Big Ten, which in and of itself is kind of weird that UCLA's retirement fund would be invested in this. Whatever. But they would get basically a 10% equity share of the media rights going forward for the Big Ten. The Big Ten would get $2 billion up front. So it's a cash infusion for a lot of Big Ten schools. But then you give away on the back end. This is an interest rate that it would be astronomical if it was credit. You know what I mean? Like you're giving away a lot of future earnings to get a lot of money up front, but I don't think the math is very good for most of these Big Ten schools. But they're cash desperate. They want to do it. There's two schools that say they do not want to do it. One of them, no shock, is USC, who is not a part of the Cal retirement. They're saying, hang on a second, you're going to let our rivals do a deal? No, we're not a part of that. USC wants no part of this. The other school that wants no part of it is Michigan, saying,
I'm shocked that OSU wants part of this.
Well, that's my very first question on this is why does Ohio State want to go along with this? Because
we doing bad.
Are we?
We must be.
How is Ohio State doing bad? When every other second they're building a new building over there. They have all they look like is that everything's going great over there. They've taken down all the traditional historic places there on High Street and replaced them with giant conglomerations and condos. I'm just saying, how is it going bad when they constantly have redeveloped that place?
Maybe they need the money now so they can redo the Woody or redo buildings and stuff like that.
But doesn't that seem bad? Because if you can't make college football work for you now, how are you going to make it work when now they're going to take 10% out of your revenues going forward on anything you get? I just feel like this is like a payday loan for giant universities. You know what I mean? Where you're going to get your money up front, but the interest rate on the back end is going to kill you. Why would they do this? And I don't understand why Ohio State specifically would take Rutgers and, I don't know, some of these also ran schools like Purdue and say, yeah, the thing that they want, we need that too. How is Ohio State in that position? Used to be Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, a few others would say, we're not going to let the dregs of the conference run this thing. Now we kind of are. And I'm surprised that Ohio State's not more against this. It doesn't make sense to me.
So this whole private equity thing is a little above my realm of understanding, but I feel like Ohio State has a history of let's do what's best for the conference as a whole, and I'm wondering if that has something to do with it.
Yes, that's 100% right.
They're trying to help out the Marylands and the Purdues and the Rutgers to be a little better for the sake of the Big Ten, and that's always been their punchline, and I don't understand why it is, but I feel like they don't necessarily make selfish decisions. They're always making decisions for the greater good of the conference.
You're 100% right on that, Dylan, and that's what I don't understand. That's what I'm questioning, because used to be Gene Smith would do this, right? Where Gene Smith would say something like, yeah, Ohio State doesn't like that. Then he would go to Chicago. There'd be a Big Ten meeting. All the ADs and people would get involved. He'd come back and say, you know what? I changed my mind. And he would kind of go along with what the conference wanted. And the thought was, well, he's doing that so that when Ohio State needs it, they can say, no, we're not doing that. They can put their foot down and use it when they need to. But let's look at some of the decisions Ohio State's made. One of the biggest ones I think back to is this whole thing to go along with Fox Big Noon Kickoff. Who does that benefit? I think most people in the conference probably thought Big Noon will be great because then that allows Purdue and Illinois and Wisconsin and some of these other schools that may not get the prime time games. Now they get this big push from Fox. But who is it harmed the most? It's harmed Ohio State. Ohio State gets no night games now. Ross Bjork has come out
this week.
Yeah, against UCLA, not against the biggest name schools, even though UCLA is a big name. They're not a very good team. I'm just saying Ohio State went along with stuff that was good for the conference at shooting themselves in the foot just to make the rest of the Big Ten happy. When is Ohio State going to stand up and say, yeah, sorry, no, we're not doing this for the rest of the conference. We're doing what's right for us. And I just don't get why they can't stand up to this. It makes no sense to me.
Well, for it to pass, it has to be unanimous, right?
No, because this is the thing. Because of this, the way this works, if, let's say, USC and Michigan say that they don't want to do it, then this can pass still. Or what you could have is you could have Michigan and USC when 2036 comes up, when the grant of rights are done, they could be out of the conference. They could just decide, the conference could decide, well, because they didn't participate in this, now they're out. And by the way, Ohio State should join them and say, yeah, us too. We don't want to be a part of this crappy conference. Go let Rutgers get you the big TV contract. That would be my threat.
Well, they would never let, though. That's two top brands in this conference. There's no way they'd let them just.
Wouldn't that be unreal?
That's right, Dylan
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
You put Ohio State with that too, then there would be no Big Ten.
I obviously don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the Big Ten's going to break up over this, but it just shocks me that Ohio State's name is also not a part of these discussions of being very anti this very dumb idea from the Big Ten, which makes me question Ted Carter, Ross Bjork. What are you guys doing? Why are you not putting up a bigger fight here? It doesn't make sense to me. Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza, he had some interesting comments about how much football means to him. You'll hear those in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Looking busier for our folks on our north side this morning, especially if you live in Powell and Worthington. Do be aware, 270 westbound looking pretty congested out there, right between 23 and 315 this morning. Speaking of 315, both southbound and northbound also pretty restricted out there by Mount Airy, and a lot more people heading out the door. But hey, some better news if you live over in Gahanna. No issues heading towards the airport. 670 westbound and 270 southbound. Pretty A-OK this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and I'm a big believer in saying thank you when something actually works. So thank you, Awaken 180. And they're actually saying thank you back right here in Ohio with $500 off every new program through Thanksgiving. I started around this time last year, dropped 65 pounds for the holidays, and 15 more in free maintenance. Awaken 180 works, and now's the time to do it with $500 off. Thank your new self when you're 30 or 80 pounds lighter with the medication-free solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Guys, can you feel your energy slipping away? Losing what makes you, you?
It could be low testosterone. Take action now. Synergenics and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit a local Synergenics or Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded like other clinics. Treatment is covered by most major insurance with affordable self-pay options. The best you is waiting. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and this month lease a 2026 Toyota Corolla LE for only $199 a month for 39 months. Now through December 1st at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com for details. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky. $36.99 due at signing with approved credit, tax title, and $387 doc fee not included. No security deposit required.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Every time Tyvis laughs, take a drink. Just kidding. You'd be dead in 30 seconds. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. Don't forget you can get the podcast of this program wherever you get podcasts. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis. It's right there. Click on it. Save it. If you missed anything, we're already 2.5 hours into the show, so maybe you didn't hear the whole show. You can hear the start of the show every day when you get the podcast. Take it with you to the gym, in the car, or whatever else you do. I don't know. What else do people do, Tyvis, besides go to the gym and go to the car? Order Uber Eats and not let their wife know about it? Either way, if you don't get that joke, you can listen to the podcast wherever you get your audio. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis and add us on that device. Did you see Notre Dame and Pittsburgh? They kind of have a big game coming up this weekend. Pitt.
That's a big game.
Well, Pitt is
It's a ranked matchup.
Pitt is 7-2. They're ranked 24th. Both those schools are actually 7-2. Notre Dame's favored by 11.5 in this game, and it is in Pittsburgh at Acrisure Stadium, which I'm sure the Steelers are very upset that a college team is daring to play on their sacred gross field.
Notre Dame is 11.5 point favorites. It's a big time matchup.
You're gonna lay the points there? Think Notre Dame's gonna just roll Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh is one of them teams.
I don't know why we're calling them Pittsburgh. Pitt, the Pitt Panthers. What are we talking about? I don't know. I just said Pittsburgh once, and now it just keeps sticking. I don't know why we're saying it.
Pitt, one of them teams that will shock you. They could surprise you. I don't think Notre Dame rolls them. So I would take Pitt in the points.
Okay, fine. Here's what Pat Narduzzi, their head coach, said.
Shout out to Narduzzi. He tried to give me the flip from OSU to Michigan State.
Flip, and it didn't work.
No,
and then you lost to Michigan State.
Wow.
Yeah, and then,
wow. Way to bring
but you
that
know
up.
what? I went further in my career than I would have at Michigan State.
That's exactly right.
Like
very true.
You wouldn't be sitting here.
No.
They made the CFP. We won the CFP. So it's just a difference.
Who was the guy that you said was faster than you? That you were shocked by his speed at Ohio State?
Torrance Gibson.
Yeah, it'd be T-Bone and Torrance is what it would be. That'd be the show. There'd be no time.
Well, they said he got dismissed. So.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't have if you hadn't been there. Maybe he would have found his way. You were a bad influence on him. That's what I heard. Anyway, so Notre Dame and Pitt this weekend. It's 7-2 teams, two of them. It's theoretically an ACC game, but not really, because Notre Dame, while being a part of the ACC, they aren't when it comes to football, which is stupid and weird. But Pat Narduzzi was asked if this is a must-win game for them. 7-2, you got to beat Notre Dame if you want to stay in this playoff race. Here's what Pat Narduzzi had to say about it being a must-win game for Notre Dame.
Absolutely not. It is not an ACC game. I'm glad you brought that up. It's not an ACC game. I gladly get beat 103 or 110 to 10 in that game. They can put 100 up on us as long as we win the next two after that. But again, our focus is on Notre Dame and getting as many wins as we can.
Okay, so if you couldn't hear all that, he said, I would gladly lose to them 110 to 10 as long as we win the next two, because those ones count towards the league, basically. He wants to win the ACC.
Okay. That's, first of all, I'm not a fan of anybody getting beat. I don't know what he talking about. I would have looked at him. He would have came in the team meeting room after that press conference, and I would have looked at him and said, I'm not a fan of anybody losing 110. We lose 110. You getting fired. I'm going to just tell you that now. But I understand what he's trying to say about how they're not a part of the ACC and all of those things. Like, I get that part, but no.
Yeah, I feel like
happily lose 110-10. He crazy.
I feel like he clearly has some frustration about the arrangement Notre Dame has with the ACC. I'm sure he's not alone in that across college football, as a matter of fact. But yeah, I feel like that was him basically being in an argument, or like, he's so far down the wormhole here. And people get like that if you're in an argument with like your spouse and you just are like, oh, you know what? If you do that, I'll light myself on fire. And it's like, what are we saying? No, you're not. Like, no, he would not be okay losing 110-10. Are you kidding? No one would be. And I don't know how you could look your players in the face and be like, yeah, I don't mean any of that. Did you ever hear stuff like that when you were in college? I'm saying where you would hear.
You know who my coach was? No. It was the opposite. We trying to put up 100 points.
Let me finish. What I'm saying is, if you ever heard something that a coach said in a press conference and then later they came back in and said, yeah, that press conference, that wasn't real. That was for the media. Like, I don't mean any of that. Was there ever an opportunity where that happened or something like that was said?
No, but I had a friend that played at Tiffin, and he said he lost all respect for his coach game 1 of his career at Tiffin.
Okay.
Because the coach's line, you know how you give your pregame speech before you run out? He said that this line is where he lost him. He said we've been practicing well all off season, and he said, I think we got a chance to win this game. And when he said he heard him say that, it was done. He was done with the coach. So
yeah,
that's the worst I've ever heard. I think we got a chance to win this game. He's crazy.
I mean, I know that sometimes when I hear coaches talk and like sometimes they go too like this is too far the other way, right? But like sometimes coaches go too far the other way where they are just like, this is a battle. We're battle tested. We're ready. We're gonna go out there and dominate. It's like, you're talking to a 2-9 football team, coach. I don't know, like sometimes, but I get it. You have to psych your team up a little bit. You got to believe. You can't go out there being like, guys, you know what? If we try really hard, we might just be able to kick a field goal at the end and hopefully hang on to this thing. No, you got to have confidence. You're going to go out and annihilate them.
If they beat you 99 times out of 100, that still leaves one time.
Right, exactly. And that's what those kids needed to hear in that moment. That's
even
right.
If I agreed with what Narduzzi is saying in practice, he's still technically wrong because I feel people have the misconception that the all Power 4 conference winners need to get into the playoff. That's not true. The rule is the 5 highest ranked conference winners. JMU and South Florida are right on the fringe of the top 25. If Pitt goes and loses 110-10 to Notre Dame and then wins the ACC, there's a chance that the winner of the Sun Belt and the winner of the American jump over the winner of the ACC conference, and the ACC doesn't get a team in. So you know what? I'm rooting for this now.
No, I actually think that's a very good point, Dylan.
Yeah, I'm rooting for it now.
I would be rooting for that too. Now that you
say it. Let them lose by 100 and then win the ACC, and then the ACC doesn't get any teams in.
They're not going to lose by 100 points.
No, we know that. Tyvis, we know that. But honestly, you look at this is let's just take a look at the ACC standings very quickly because it's a conference that, especially this year, I think very few casual college football fans are paying any attention to this conference, right? Because, for example, Clemson is 3-4 in the conference, 4-5 overall. Terrible. People thought Clemson was going to be a national championship contender. They're nothing. Miami is now 7-2, but they're 3-2 in the conference, so they have a very tough road to try to compete there. That was another team people thought could compete for a national championship. Florida State, one of your standard bearer teams that we just talked about earlier with Mike Norvell, they are 1-5 in this conference. They are 4-5 overall. Your leaders in this conference are Georgia Tech at 17. They're 5-1 in the conference, 8-1 overall. Virginia, which remember has that weird thing where they played an ACC game and lost it.
NC State.
To NC State, but they didn't count it as an ACC game because it was just a scheduled game.
The school scheduled it and not the conference.
Yeah. Anyway, they lost 2 games. Only one of them counted for the conference. They are 5-1 in that 8-2 overall. And then Pitt is there at 5-1 as well.
There was a game this season where a team scored 100 points on somebody.
Was there?
Snow College versus Community Christian College.
What level is that?
Snow College?
Not 100% sure. I just know
named after Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
101-6, November 1st, 2020.
I thought you were talking about Snow, like the artist who made the song Informer. I lick it, boom, boom, there. That guy? Does he have a university?
I'm trying to find out what
Let's go there.
division this is.
Who cares?
Oh, it's junior
They
college.
suck. Yeah, it's junior college. That doesn't even- No, they suck.
Yeah,
Bad.
it is.
It is junior college.
It's junior
Yep.
college.
Great. Fantastic. Well, anyway, did I even play the Fernando Mendoza audio?
You didn't.
No.
Here's what he said.
So, yeah, I mean, physically, I feel good. I would say I'm a larger quarterback, but to see what the defense, special teams, and offense, especially the offensive line, what they're going through, battling every play, I can't stay on the ground. No matter how hard the hit is, no matter how much it hurts, when seeing those guys, when seeing Charlie Becker's over there, my roommate, or seeing Omar Cooper Jr. take a hit on the seam, or seeing, Pat Coogan, Khalil Benson battling their butts off, I know that I'm going to put my life on the line for that team, and I'm going to die on that field. I will never sub myself out in that instance, and I would die on that field for my brothers.
All right.
I'm going to tell you right now.
That's better than I think we can win.
I'm going to tell you right now. He better be good in the league.
Yeah.
Because the way he sound, I'd laugh at him. He has to be a ball. Like, for him to get the respect, he got to go out there and be like threading the needle for people to really take that
Doesn't
serious.
he have a little bit of the Jameis Winston quality to him where it's just like
No.
where it's just it's kind of cheeseball where like Jameis Winston's like, we're gonna eat a W, and people are like, all right, man, just be good. I don't really care. I don't know what you're talking about right now. Like, I feel there's a little bit of that.
Mendoza is the level of corny that we would think Kirk Cousins was if he wasn't any good. Like the kind of corny stuff that this is corny.
Jameis Winston isn't. wait.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston isn't corny to you? Like when he was enjoying the snow, speaking of Snow University, like that game was fun. But like Jameis Winston had a lot of cringy moments throughout his career, and then he just became kind of like the goofy backup that everyone's like, oh well, whatever, he's weird. But as a starter, no one took that dude seriously. Come on.
And we found out he was good first in college, and then all the corniness kind of came after it. I think the order of operations matters.
Started with the crab
We found out Fernando Mendoza was a dog this year, and then now it turns out he's also corny.
I hate Fernando Mendoza. He's probably my least favorite player in college football.
But you know what he never did?
Hey.
He never stole crab legs.
Maybe he
Never
should.
did that.
Maybe he'll get him some street cred.
I also feel like Jameis Winston got in trouble for standing on a lunch table
he did.
in the cafeteria and yelling something about the lower regions of women.
Yeah,
I believe
there was a famous guy that was dropping that was stealing mics from reporters and screaming into the camera to do activities. Go see Tri-State.
Just leave.
Go see Tri-State first.
Just leave it there. All right. Buzzer time next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, noticing one crash on the roads, and it's happening for our folks in Grandview Heights this morning, so do be mindful. That crash happening on 670, that eastbound direction as you're passing 70. Left lane still blocked this morning, and folks, we are down to 6 miles per hour for your travel times right now. So a detour to take here. Get off 70, take 270 southbound instead to Broad Street. Take that all the way to 70 eastbound. You can continue downtown there, or if you want to go 670, go 70 to 315 northbound and get you back to eastbound on 670 that direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've hit your medical deductible, now's the time to see Dr. Mark Levy. Get a custom oral appliance that stops snoring and helps you ditch that CPAP and pay less out of pocket. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com before the year ends.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Is there anything better than a college football Saturday? Not if you're at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Join the Fan for watch parties for the games this season. Oh, you got to check out the display case of amazing autographed prizes you can win. It's beautiful. 2 massive TV walls to watch the national champs. Watch and place wagers with over 30 kiosks. Contests, prizes, and live shows. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? phone, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Meijer, we're working hard to make this year's Thanksgiving a good deal better. Meijer frozen turkey is just 39 cents per pound with M-Perks. Limit 1 per customer, no clipping necessary. Save even more with Meijer brand hot deals all season long, like Meijer cut green beans and whole kernel corn, just 49 cents a can. Meijer turkey stuffing mix is 99 cents. And cans of both Meijer cranberry sauce and pure pumpkin are just $1.09 each. Delicious deals and a Thanksgiving meal to remember. That's the good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Now at Great Lakes, purchase with 0% financing and make no payments for 90 days on Tucson's and Santa Fe's, including hybrids. Go now, Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com with approved credit ends 12/1.
Things are going to be busy between now and the end of the year. You got holiday gatherings, school functions for the kids, families are getting together. I know. Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and the last thing you want to worry about this holiday season is whether your roof is going to make it through another Ohio winter. One call to Victor's Home Solutions, my guys, to schedule that free 21-point roof inspection will put your mind at ease, and you want to have a peaceful mind. A highly trained roof inspector will carefully examine every inch of that roof, checking the 21 most common areas of roofing failure. Then they go over their results with you and discuss your options going forward. Most of the time, problems can be fixed with a minor repair, but if it's time for a new roof, Victor's offers money-saving discounts and financing terms to make paying easy. And don't forget, they're so confident in their skilled installers, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. So call or go online and schedule the free 21-point roof inspection today. 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Don't let your insurance benefits go to waste. End the year sleeping better with Dr. Mark Levy's oral appliance. No mask, no noise, just results. Hurry, deductibles reset soon. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com today.
You know that chronic pain in your knees, hip, back, or shoulders? It can make life feel impossible. But at QC Kinetics, there's a breakthrough treatment that's giving patients relief. In some cases, within a day. It's called stem wave therapy. This device has been used for over 20 years in Europe, but has made its way to the U.S., and there's a groundswell of demand for the treatments because patients are getting released from acute pain and spreading the word. Here's the most interesting detail. This device is both diagnostic and therapeutic, helping Dr. Tessner and the medical team at QC Kinetics find the problem and trigger your body's natural healing response. StemWave uses sound waves that penetrate, spark blood flow, and more cellular activity. That's exactly what you need to promote healing and relief. Wondering if it's a good solution for your pain? QC Kinetics is making it easy. Your first treatment is only $49. So call for your consultation and ask about the $49 treatment right here in Columbus. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Fan has a new tailgate destination. Join us before every home game at the O Patio and Pub on Lane.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Jameson Whiskey and Coors Light.
See you Saturday, friends.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
2 men with 5 combined offspring. None of them have penises. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Eric Reeser joins us now. Hopping to the booth as always. Good morning, Reeser.
Gentlemen, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Had a big show today.
We're doing bad because the Jackets lost, the Cavs lost.
Yeah.
It just
Darius Garland's lost.
The Browns stink.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati stinks.
Well, the Browns thing you should have seen coming.
8-9. It was my expectation.
I am 4-13.
So terrible.
So I guess I didn't see this coming. Because I don't see 2 more wins on that schedule.
You don't think they could beat the Raiders and the Titans?
No.
That's messed up.
They couldn't beat the New York Jets.
If they can't beat, who did they play first? The Raiders. See, the Raiders. If they lost to the Raiders, like if they haven't fired Kevin, then they probably still won't. If they lose to the Titans,
I think Handsome Kev's going to stay for the rest of the season.
If they lose to the Titans, like it's done.
But I do wish that maybe somebody else does the Browns draft next year.
Oh,
They lose. Let's see. They
put
lose
it that
to
way.
the Titans.
We
They
could
would
maybe,
have
maybe have another
Tyvis,
group or voice in the room.
They have 4 games left.
Why are you doing the schedule game?
No. I was trying to see.
This is his favorite game.
Our entire show.
Pick a new gimmick, man.
No, I'm
What
not
happened to the
playing
15
it.
minutes on the Peloton?
If they-
Are you on a diet? Can you just pick a diet or something?
Actually, I did 30 minutes on
there we go.
PR yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, double on the Peloton.
Yeah. They can't let Kevin Stefanski go because I just heard yesterday from Dan Orlovsky the Giants will want to pick him up as their head coach, which I say
trade him.
Go ahead. I
trade.
liked your trade that you proposed on Twitter.
Hell yeah.
You proposed the trade?
Oh,
Yeah, you trade Kevin Stefanski, Andrew Berry, Deshaun Watson, and Myles Garrett to the Giants. All they want back is a guy named Malik Neighbors.
Yep. I love it. Make that trade. I'd make that trade.
I mean,
I think someone replied to your tweet with the Brad Pitt from Inglourious Bastards. I'll make that deal.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would too. I love it. Let's make it happen.
do you know that Dylan Gabriel has been nominated for NFL's Rookie of the Week award?
Oh, great.
Who nominated him?
I don't know.
Kevin Stefanski.
He's got some pretty tough competition.
Of all the bad...
Him, Tyler Shuck, Travion Henderson, Emeka, Jalen Walker, and...
No, it's Travion.
Yeah, I was
running away with it. Like the awareness by that dude as he's running down the sideline to look over at the coaches and be like, do I need to go down?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, go in the end zone.
That's what happens when you in the doghouse. No, when you're in the doghouse.
You're trying to do everything you can.
Do everything right.
So far, so good for Travion. It's a great spot for him because the Patriots are really good. And now that he's, I guess, making his way out of the doghouse, he's got a chance to show out on Thursday night.
I need him to continue to be this good because I got him on one of my fantasy
Smart
teams.
of you to draft him.
And if he does this, there's nothing anybody can do to beat me. It's done.
This is a really long fantasy team name, but that's why I come to Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, yeah, it's a good name.
Shout out to
I like
It's
that.
long. I don't know if we'd have to workshop it.
Shout out to Mike Tom.
I don't like it as a Browns fan, but I get it's a good reference. It is nice. And I like that he said that. So, Bishop and Friends today, you guys have... I see someone from Front Office Sports is going to join you.
Yeah, Amanda Kristovich will hop on at 9:30. We've had her on for actually a couple of years, and I think when she got into covering sports, I don't think she thought she'd spend nearly as much time on college athletics that she has over the past couple of years. And she's got a great article up about what the Big Ten's trying to do, or at least what 16 of the 18 Big Ten schools are trying to do with this private equity fund and a quick cash infusion that amounts to, I think someone called it a payday loan.
Right.
Which is a really good.
That's what it feels like.
Really good comparison here.
Yeah. Also, I know you guys have Ryan Day's press conference coming up at 11 a.m.
Yeah, that'll be we're not sure what to do with our hands situation because we've never had it on during our program. It's usually at noon. So we'll either tap dance into him or we'll let him go right at noon and then figure out at the back end.
Sure. That's
because honestly, you've heard this Ryan Day press conference before. I mean, he might have a little something on Veterans Day. Shout out to the veterans.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
this is going to be the same as last week. This is about us. This is about working through what we need to work through and being the best team that we can on Saturday. And then it'll probably do the same thing next week.
Yep. And maybe some questions about who should they push for the Heisman. So, yeah, we'll get into maybe
like
that
them
or
both.
Some Tegra Shabola discussion. Who knows? All of that and more can be coming up. Ryan Day at 11. Bishop and Friends, 3 hours coming up next. Thanks, Reeser. Appreciate it.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Find your local Bryant Heating and Cooling dealer at Bryant.com.
Scary situation for Louisville head coach Jeff Brom and his family. Also the offensive coordinator there, Brian Brom, and Cards quarterback Miller Moss, all of whom were threatened by a man from Texas, Brian Mandel, who has now been indicted and accused of posting these threats. These alleged crimes happened last week after Louisville lost to Cal in overtime. Mandel faces 6 counts of terroristic threatening and 1 count of attempted theft by extortion of over $10,000. Glad they caught this guy, but yeah, he's from Texas. Maybe he's a big Louisville guy, but also maybe he's a guy who just had some money on the game and was pissed off. Either way, glad the authorities found him. But yeah, scary situation there. Glad they were able to catch that guy. And don't do that. Don't threaten people online because they lose football games. That's no good. Bishop and Friends is next. We'll see you tomorrow. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still seeing some slowdowns after a crash on 670 eastbound as you're passing 70 closer to Grandview Heights this morning. Left lane blocked out there. But hey, some much better news for our friends in our southeast corner, Canal Winchester and Pickerington. We are talking to you. Gender Road to 270 will only take you about 6 minutes this morning. Not too bad, but hey, a lot better. 70 to 270 clocking you in at 3 minutes on this Tuesday morning.